The following is a special sports presentation of Renda Media. It's time for another Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Football Sports Night on AM 1160 and 101.1 FM WCCS and Renda Digital TV, presented by the Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club. Our coverage of Homer Center Wildcat football is sponsored by IRMC and IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, S&T Bank, Walbeck Insurance, Joyce Plumbing and Heating, Luther Ford Lincoln, the Altman Volunteer Fire Department, Luxembourg's Jewelry, Indiana Floral and the Flower Boutique, Integrated Power Services, Grand Beginnings Children's Center, Mackling Insurance, Homer City Redevelopment, Rapine Travel, the Indiana County Technology Center, the Maine's Chiropractic Clinic, by 5-Star Mitsubishi and 5-Star Power Sports, Indiana Total Therapy, the American Legion Post 493 of Homer City, Marion Center Bank, Hutton Blues Insurance, Friends of Joe Pittman, the Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club, Robindale Energy Services, EMB Computing, the Allied Milk Producers, Friends of Jim Struzzi, Bradigans Incorporated, the John F. Graff Insurance Agency, and by First Commonwealth Bank. Now let's go live to the field for the ITT Wildcats Live pregame show, presented by Indiana Total Therapy. Here's the voice of the Wildcats, Mark Bertig.
Boyer Field at West Shamokin High School. The Heritage Conference presents the Homer Center Wildcats and the West Shamokin Wolves. Good evening, everybody. With Ward Hilliard, I'm Mark Bertig, as the music blares here at Boyer Field for pregame warm-ups as we get set for the matchup between the winless Wolves and the 5-2 Homer Center Wildcats. The Wildcats come off of a 47-0 victory against Conemaugh Valley. They were winless. Tonight they'll face another winless team in West Shamokin, but from Homer Center's standpoint, you have to come to play because the last team to beat them were these Wolves right here at this venue.
Yeah, this team can't take anything for granted, Mark. We talked about that last week. You know, you take everything serious, and it's going to be a little bigger hurdle tonight because Coach Page isn't going to be here.
Coach Page is ill. We're wishing him the best. He missed school today. Did talk to him on the way out. He was in good spirits, but unable to be here. Tony Arone will serve as the head coach. And for teenagers, that can be unsettling at times. So it'll be interesting to see how Homer Center reacts.
I think Tony's got the experience, and he knows pretty much what they're going to be doing anyway. So I have a lot of confidence in him. It's the thing that bothers me is that I said this last week, playing these teams that have no wins is sometimes a bit of a trap. You tend to take them more lightly than you should. This team's got some talent, and you and I talked about it. They're not far from blowing something open, and certainly hope it's not tonight.
Well, they're hoping. They're confident. You used the word confidence. Their confidence has to be fragile. They've had a problem with putting 48 quarters together. I mentioned just watching some video. They really dominated United Valley in the first quarter and then completely fell apart in the second. Gave up 28 points. They lost 35-7. You can't take those 28 points off the board, but it tells you what happened in the other three quarters.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing out there, and I think the Wildcats have got to be aware of that and just run their offense and certainly play good. They played great defense so far this year. Hope they keep it up.
The West Shamokin Wolves have lost 19 consecutive games in the Heritage Conference. Their last win, you know it, came 735 days ago against these Homer Center Wildcats, 27-24, and you can bet that's probably in the backs of both teams' minds.
Better be if you're a Wildcat fan. You know, this game I think really sets them up for the playoff. I hate to talk about playoffs, but this sets that up, and they need to win it, keep their momentum going.
Homer Center's won 2 games in a row over Conemaugh Valley, as I mentioned last week. Purchase Line 2 weeks ago, back-to-back home games, 27-7. They have not won 3 games in a row since the 2021 season. They won 6 games in a row between September 3rd and October 15th of 2021. That's hard to believe. As many high points as the program has had, there have been too many low points for Homer Center fans as of late.
Yeah, it sure have, and they were pretty discouraged, but this team has got the fans back, and everybody's real excited about it. And as I said, they have the potential to win 7 games. Nobody thought that when the season started, even me.
Well, the Renda Media Preview magazine had them at 3-7. We would like to announce that was a typo. The printer inverted those 2 numbers.
Yeah, that's right. I love these bleachers. I'm actually taller than you.
Well, we'll see what happens, Ward. You feel bad. Phil Parks has been around the program for a long time, was with John McCullough, took over. He's still looking for his first win. He's 0-17. That's got to be very difficult to go through.
That's tough to motivate your players and keep the spirit up. And it's going to be tough. And you hate to see that, really. It's better for the conference if you have teams that are competitive and are having some wins. And that's what they're working toward.
Well, we are outdoors tonight. The press box is rather small. A beautiful stadium, Jack Boyer Field, with the turf. You can see it behind us, I'm sure, on our opening shots here. But we are under a little canopy. It's a little breezy, but we'll make the best of it. We thank them for accommodating as best they can. They're talking about expanding the press box here, but we'll worry about that later. So head coach Greg Page not with the team in his 19th season, 119 and 86 record overall, 5-4 against the Wolves. You're going to hear from Coach Greg Page. You're going to hear from West Shamokin second-year coach Phil Parks, too, on our ITT pregame show continues. But first, we're going to take you on a trip around the Heritage Conference, and then we'll turn our attention and get ready for this 10th all-time meeting between the West Shamokin Wolves and the Homer Center Wildcats here at Jack Boyer Field. Coming back with more on our ITT pregame show from Jack Boyer Field at West Shamokin High School in New Mine, Pennsylvania. Our coverage will continue on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh, this October we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models. Ooh.
Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Becoming a champion isn't defined by a single moment. It's a journey shaped by years of dedication on and off the court. Milk stands out as a nutrient-rich powerhouse loaded with protein, calcium, and essential vitamins, making it crucial for muscle recovery and building strength. Fuel your passion with milk, a natural sports drink. Drink milk, stay strong, and play hard. Cheers to the incredible benefits of milk and sports nutrition. A message from the Allied Milk producers.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Bertig, and it's hard to believe, but we are ready for week number 8 to kick off at the top of the hour, and it's time for our weekly trip around the Heritage Conference, driven by Repine Travel, where your next travel adventure is just a click away at repinetravel.com. Let's start in Armstrong County at Jack Boyer Field when 5-2 Homer Center meets the winless West Shamokin Wolves. West Shamokin has lost 19 conference games in a row, and their last win came at Boyer Field against, guess who? Homer Center on October 13th of 2023 by a final score of 27-24. Will history repeat itself? We'll find out. You can watch the game on Renda Digital TV and listen on WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Ward Hilliard will be joining me for the call. The other winless team in the Heritage Conference, the Conemaugh Valley Blue Jays. Short on numbers, decimated by injuries. They are gigantic underdogs tonight against River Valley, the 6-1 Panthers. That game also on Renda Digital TV and on Cat Country 106.3 FM with Jeff Cribbs and Bill Cody. From winless to undefeated we go, as unbeaten Marion Center hosts the 2-5 Purchase Line Red Dragons. Todd Marino and Chuck Clark will have that game on WQMU U92.5 FM as our game of the week. Also a special video stream of that game on Renda Digital TV. Another rival game just up the road on tap tonight as Penns Manor, they host the Northern Cambria Colts. Both teams are 3-4 and in playoff position in District 6 Class A. The United Valley Lions are 4-3. They're clinging to the 8th and final playoff spot in District 6 Class 2A. Lions hit the road tonight traveling to Portage Stadium to face the Mustangs, who are just 2-5, but a win could move them into the top 8 in Single A. And finally, the two-time defending District 6 champion Cambria Heights Highlanders. They've won 3 games in a row after losing at home to Marion Center. They will face the 4-3 Conemaugh Township Indians. The Indians will be underdogs, but it probably won't be easy for Cambria Heights on the road. And that's a trip around the Heritage Conference with airfare this week provided by our friends at Repine Travel. For your next vacation or trip of any kind, let Repine Travel lend an assist. Log on to repinetravel.com to learn more. We'll get you back to the game you're watching or listening to when...
Bring that up. I do remember that vividly. And again, we've had some battles with Homer back and forth.
Some crazy games, too.
Yeah, we've had some wild ones. The one down there at Homer.
Following is a special sport presentation of Renda Media.
They still remember that. They talk about that. We've had some real battles with Greg, and he's always got his guys ready, and it's always a blast playing those guys. And this Friday should be a good one as well.
What about the scouting report as you view Homer Center?
Greg has them humming. They're really they're playing some good football. 14 does a great job of running their offense. A real nice player. He's a bit of a magician back there in terms of his play fakes and play actions with the football. Does a great job. There's some other guys, 65 on both sides of the ball.
Are you packed yet? Let Repine Travel take you there. How about the holidays in Cape May or New York City? Cruise through the beauty and soak up the sun with a Southern Caribbean cruise in March. All the planning's done. You just show up and enjoy the ride. Book today at repinetravel.com and let your next adventure begin. Good luck to all Heritage Conference schools this season.
Is there any one thing about Homer Center? As you know, they've had a couple of down
Adventure
years.
Is called.
Is there anything
Are you
that
packed
sticks
yet?
out on
Let
video
Repine Travel take you there. How about the holidays in Cape May or New York City? Cruise through the beauty and soak up the sun with a Southern Caribbean cruise in March. All the planning's done. You just show up and enjoy the ride. Book today at repinetravel.com and let your next adventure begin. Good luck to all Heritage Conference schools this season, and thanks to everyone who voted Repine Travel the best travel agent 2 years in a row.
Lifted and they've trained, and now they're making plays.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Don't go to these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
How you can really do things the right way.
Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicap-accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food, don't miss delicious pizza every Thursday and Friday.
on them the last couple weeks, so really let's get the run game going. We've had over 200 yards the last 2 weeks on the ground.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, where you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Big shout out to West Shamokin Athletics from Bradigans Incorporated. For over 70 years, Bradigans has proudly served Western Pennsylvania with reliable fuel deliveries and exceptional customer care. They're more than a heating oil provider. They're your neighbors, committed to knowing you and exceeding your expectations. When it comes to staying warm, trust Bradigans and their promise, where service never sleeps. Bradigans Incorporated, warming hearts and homes. Go.
Hi, everybody. Mark Bertig back with you at Jack Boyer Field at West Shamokin High School with head coach Phil Parks of the Wolves. And, Coach, it hasn't been easy since taking over the program, but it seems like inch by inch you're making some progress.
Oh, there's definitely been growth, and we tell the kids, that this year's far different than last year. We're in there for halves. We're in there for three quarters. It's just playing, a four-quarter football game, and that's just what we keep preaching to try to put it all together. But there is improvement. The kids are working hard. They're showing up, and they're showing up to practice and working hard each week.
Consistency is so important, and it just seems like, as you alluded to, it's been one stretch of a game, one quarter, as was the case last week against United Valley. You just haven't been able to avoid that disastrous stretch of every game. Am I right?
No, that's absolutely right. And going back to the beginning of the season, we're playing some of the top teams in the conference strong for a half, and then the third quarter. This past week it was the second quarter, and then we cleaned it up in the second half. So we're just trying to zero in on the kids and let them know the importance of each and every play. And 4 or 5 plays right now are swinging the entire game for us, and it's just that consistency and just fine tuning and making sure that we're making every play count and playing every play as hard as we can.
Your counterpart doesn't necessarily like me bringing this up, but your opponent tonight, the Homer Center Wildcats, they're the last opponent that you've beaten in conference play. Were you aware of that?
I was. I've been around here for quite a while. I haven't really thought of that, but when you do bring that up, I do remember that vividly. And again, we've had some battles with Homer back and forth.
Some crazy games too.
Yeah, we've had some wild ones. The one down there at Homer, and again, some of our kids were on that team. They still remember that. They talk about that. We've had some real battles with Greg, and he's always got his guys ready, and it's always a blast playing those guys. And this Friday should be a good one as well.
What about the scouting report as you view Homer Center?
Greg has them humming. They're really they're playing some good football. 14 does a great job of running their offense. A real nice player. He's a bit of a magician back there in terms of his play fakes and play actions with the football. Does a great job. And there's some other guys. 65 on both sides of the ball in the trenches. Tough player. 2, it makes impacts in all 3 phases with his kicking, his punting, and his ability, his playmaking ability on offense and defense. And 30's a nice runner for a sophomore. They've got some other guys, but there's definitely some kids that pop out to you there, and they'll be ready to go. That's for sure.
Phil, is there any one thing about Homer Center? As you know, they've had a couple of down years. Is there anything that sticks out on video that's different, say, compared to last year, your first year here?
Well, I think, we're kind of going through the same thing. I think it was just getting their kids to be, varsity ready. They were playing some kids last year, some younger kids, and that's kind of, the same boat we're in. Now they're sophomores, juniors, seniors, and they were out there as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and maybe weren't per se, varsity ready at that point in time, but Greg did a great job in the offseason. You can tell they've worked out, they've lifted, and they've trained, and now they're making plays, and that's really, they've really, and they've flipped around the schedule record-wise, and you can see on the film, they're playing, some strong football right now.
So in some respects, you can use their model and what's happened with them as motivation for your kids as far as, keeping their focus and say, guys, we're not that far away. Look what happened at Homer Center.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've always kind of looked at them as one of the pillars of the of the conference and one of the pillar programs, and how you can really do things the right way. Greg does things the right way consistently, and again, he's turned it around. And like you said, we can tell our younger guys, our team, hey, they took their lumps, now they're turning around and they're winning football games, and they're towards the top of the conference. So absolutely.
Phil, I look at your line. It's massive. You have some good players, some returning players, Rocco Buffon and others. Is that an area maybe you think you have a slight advantage tonight?
We've been really leaning on them the last couple of weeks to really let's get the run game going, and we've had over 200 yards the last 2 weeks on the ground, and we're improving there. They've kind of played some good football for us throughout the year. We're doing a better job of hitting the holes and running harder. I will say Homer's tough in the trenches too, so I don't know if it's going to be an advantage for us. We got to have our guys ready, but we've got to make sure we're able to run the football. So, and they're not going to make it easy on us, but we have to make sure we're able to do that.
Turnovers too. Other than turnovers and penalties, kind of obvious things, what do you have to do to come away with that win and end this bad streak that you've been on?
It's just a consistent 4 quarters, each and every play, no plays off, no down plays, no let-ups. Again, the past couple weeks, the special teams have been a bugaboo for us with punt returns against Northern, punt block last week. Kick return, fumble last week. It's just we just got to protect the football in all 3 phases, clean our game up, and play a 4-quarter football game. And really, we'll see how things shake out at the end. But we've got to work on our consistency for 4 quarters.
Phil, thanks for doing this. I know things are going to turn around here. You've been around this program through some good times too, and I think there will be good times ahead. I appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you very much, Mark. Thank you for coming out.
Head coach Phil Parks of the West Shamokin Wolves. It's the Wolves and the Wildcats. Speaking of Greg Page, he's up next when our ITT pregame show continues from Jack Boyer Field at West Shamokin High School right here on the Renda Media Football.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Ooh. Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
Hi, this is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and like most of you, I find myself ready to watch some Friday night football, and this season is no different. I want to wish all our area athletes, band members, cheerleaders, and all who participate the best of luck for a safe, successful, and fun-filled season. These games wouldn't happen without the support of the community, and as a parent, I know the importance of after-school athletics and programs keeping our youth's mind and body ready to tackle life's hardest lessons. For me and my staff, good luck, and I'll be rooting for each and every one of you.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Get your instant quote today at wallbackinsurance.com or call us at 724-479-9378. More choices, more savings, more reasons to choose Wallback.
Our ITT pregame show continues from Jack Boyer Field here at West Shamokin High School with Homer Center head coach Greg Page. Brought to you, of course, by Wallback Insurance, the coaches show insured by Rob Wallback and Wallback Insurance, Main Street in Homer City. Get an instant quote online at wallbackinsurance.com. Coach, a dominant 47-0 victory last week over Conemaugh Valley. From your perspective, what did you like the most about your team's approach and execution last week?
Well, I know they were shorthanded, and we kind of saw that in warm-ups, and so they were missing some key guys. So what I liked was we came out, we went down the field on our first drive and scored, and then were able to get another score and a pick six. So, being able to jump up quickly and get a nice lead there kind of set the tone for the night.
Behind us, the Wildcats, Cats Against Cancer, last Friday at Memorial Field. They had a couple of special events, and we're doing some things in cooperation with IRMC, our presenting sponsor of high school sports for many, many years. And I know your kids have decals on your helmets, right?
We do. And then we have a couple options for accessories, if you will, with wristbands and things like that. Sometimes guys will have pink gloves and things of that nature. We want to show respect to all of those different types of situations that people have been in. And of course, cancer has affected a lot of people.
Well, let's talk about the game tonight. Another winless team on the schedule, this time on the road here at Jack Boyer Field against West Shamokin. They're looking for their first win under second-year head coach Phil Parks, who's searching for his first win. How do you keep your guys focused on playing to your own standard and maybe not the opponent's record?
Well, I've talked before about how personally I don't get concerned with records, and I tried to tell our guys that earlier in the week in our team meeting, and so did our other coaches. But the biggest thing is your motivation is moving forward and getting into position for these last couple of weeks, or through these last couple of weeks, trying to make a good push to the playoffs. So if you don't want that derailed, then don't let another team derail that. So that's kind of been our message this week, that, like, hey, these guys are going to come at you. They're going to be hungry. They're playing back at home, and they're well coached. Phil Parks is a great guy, and he took over for a great guy with John McCullough. And so, they got a lot of pride out there, and certainly they're going to want to, take it to us.
Would it be fair to say West Shamokin's record maybe doesn't reflect some of the progress they've made, especially in the run game, out of that tight power eye? What stands out to you most about the Wolves on film, and what kind of challenges they present for your defense?
Size, first off. I mean, not only are they big up front, their backs are big. Their power back and their full back are big kids, and they're young kids too. I think they're both sophomores, and then 24's, I guess what you'd call a normal size running back. And he's a nice athlete too. But I think 8 makes that go. 8'll take the ball and just run a delayed quarterback sneak, or he'll just take a sneak up the gut, and he's a good athlete. But their size up front is just tremendous. And, 73, the Gervasoni kid, seems like he's been around forever. And so, you have to be ready for that. They are bigger than us, but we have to be tougher up front.
Yeah, they are big, and that's going to be a challenge in the trenches on both sides of the ball. You haven't really passed. Really, last week didn't have to pass a lot against Conemaugh Valley, but could they dictate maybe reigniting your passing game to potentially open up the running game?
Absolutely, and we saw a similar thing against River Valley, where they had a nice aggressive defense with some size and were bothering us in the run game, and so those are things that we've been working on for sure.
2 years ago, West Shamokin's last conference win came against Homer Center right here at Jack Boyer Field. Did you bring that up with your team at all? Maybe a little bit of extra motivation, or is the message more about controlling what you can control?
It's both, but I did bring it up because I think you brought it up to me over the weekend. So I said, hey, listen, we're the last team they beat, and we don't want to be the next team that they beat. So it's hard to read kids in this day and age, but we try to get on our kids, especially me and Tony, every day. Like, hey, you got to be consistent, you got to be sharp, you got to play the next team on your schedule, and you got to want to go out there and get a win.
Well, you're sitting at 5-2, tied for second place in the District 6 Class A rankings. How much do you and your team really talk about playoff positioning at this stage, or is it more about stacking wins?
I've talked a little bit about it. We have early week meetings, and I've talked about getting into position better as far as what we can do. But having said that, you don't look down the road. I mean, we've been pretty successful to this point, but that's all it's been to this point. So you look at that and you say, okay, we got 3 games ahead of us, and here's the next one. You mentioned earlier AA points. That's important if we can get the win. So, it's one of those things where you just have to keep stacking them, and then hopefully your position stays the same or even improves.
What's the biggest key tonight to make sure you take care of business and come home with win number 6?
We have to finish our own drives. I mean, we have to do a good job when we're on offense of making sure we don't bog down. We want to be kind of balanced with the run and the pass. And with them, we can't let them get started. We can't let their backs have seams or get holes or take up, large chunks of time and drives and that sort of thing. So we have to be on our toes. And special teams, of course, when you're playing on a turf field, you have to be ready for anything.
And I would think the longer you would allow them to stick around, if it were to play out that way, the worse it potentially could be for you.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's like any week. I mean, again, records are out the window to me. I mean, it's the next team, and what they did in the past doesn't matter. What we've done up to this point doesn't matter when you go to play the next opponent. So you have to really be ready to bring your A game every week.
I heard Jack Benedict talking to Coach Tortorella Monday night during our Hawk Talk program that last weekend, pros, college, it was upset weekend. I mean, I know you're a Penn State fan. You look at that. They allowed UCLA to hang around, get out to a lead, and then another team starts believing, and the next thing you know, it's too late. And we saw that in many games last weekend.
That's all it takes. Momentum's a huge thing in football. I mean, you get to a point where if you let people get excited, then they start to believe, and everybody's adrenaline gets a little going a little bit more. And so, we respect them as we respect any opponent. So we have to go play our brand of football, and we'll take our chances with that.
Coach, thanks for doing this. We'll talk to you on the post-game show as well. It's going to be a chilly night for football for the first time, but a nice night, no rain in the forecast. So we hope it'll be a good night for your team.
thank you guys very much.
Head coach Greg Page of the Homer Center Wildcats, brought to you by Walbeck Insurance. When our ITT pregame show continues, we will have the Luther Ford keys to the game, the starting lineups, and more. It's all coming up on the other side of the break right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
I'm State Senator Joe Pittman, wishing all students who participate in extracurricular activities every success in the classroom and on the field. The teamwork and leadership skills you learn today will serve you and our entire community well in the years ahead. We need future leaders prepared to step forward and make our region a better place to live, work, and raise a family. I'm proud of the work and effort you are putting forth. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy the season.
Paid for by Friends of Joe.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hutton Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong, personal relationships with their clients. Hutton Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an advocate working in your best interests, and that's the Hutton Blues Insurance Indiana County and Trent Insurance Cambria County.
Drive through summer and save big at Luther Ford. Right now at Luther Ford, lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Ranger XLT, your choice, just $420 a month. That's right, your choice, just $420 a month with no money down. These Luther Ford leases are incredible, and with no money down, the savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Snaps good. The pass is caught. Touchdown. Just like a winning team, Integrated Power Services knows it takes dedication, teamwork, and vision to succeed. That's why IPS proudly supports our local high schools in both academics and athletics. Because whether it's the classroom, the court, or the end zone, excellence starts with commitment. Here's to a bright future and a winning season from your friends at IPS. Integrated Power Services. Respond, rethink, resolve.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Luxembourg's Jewelers would like to wish the best of luck to all the Heritage Conference schools and, of course, the Indiana Little Indians this season. Luxembourg's is excited to celebrate the grand reopening of their downtown Indiana location at 621 Philadelphia Street. Along with the Indiana Mall store, Luxembourg's Jewelers is still the winning choice for gifts of any occasion. Show your school pride with gifts ranging from beautiful logoed coffee mugs, keychains, money clips, water bottles, and more. Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art, trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back with you at Jack Boyer Field. Time for the Luther Ford Lincoln keys to the game. The 0-7 West Shamokin Wolves 19-game conference losing streak, and the Homer Center Wildcats 5-2 looking for some big points against a Double-A school here tonight. Ward, let's look at West Shamokin's 3 keys here tonight.
Well, one is to stay away from big quarters. They have had problems. They're playing well for 1, and then they can't play 4, so they need to do that, find a way to score 3 times the first time. I'm not sure what that means.
They have not scored more than 2 touchdowns this season. So.
I hear you. Okay, and then they got to contain, Carson Arone. That's pretty obvious, and every team that's played the Wildcats have had to do that. So that's for West Shamokin. The Wildcats, run your offense. Keep doing the things you do well. Get Carson Arone involved right away. Jump on the Wolves early. Don't give them any kind of an edge or let them think they're in the ball game. They have managed to play pretty well in some first quarters. Wildcats have got to prevent that. Keep it clean, no penalties or turnovers for the Wildcats. And then they got to open their running game by reigniting some short passes, something that I've always been big on, and they do well when they do it.
All right, keys to the game brought to you by Luther Ford. The start of the game is right around the corner as we continue. That's the ITT pregame show. Stay with us for the opening kickoff coming up next right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi. And available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Ooh. Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
To the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, a point for all 4 of our games for every point scored across the Indiana County Radio Network. We say thank you, Grand Beginnings, teaching children to shine since 1991. And Brian Frazier with 9 touchbacks. Good end-over-end kick. Going to be taken by Cole Wingard inside the 5-yard line to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And going to be tackled at the 22-yard line on the kick coverage team for the Homer Center Wildcats. Leading the charge was Riley Cobaugh. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Wildcats are without head coach Greg Page tonight, who is ill Coach, if you're listening or watching, we wish you the best. And we hope you're feeling much better. And I know you're hoping your team can make you feel better here tonight with a third consecutive victory.
Nice coverage on that kickoff by the Wildcats. There was a gap there, but they closed it.
Line of scrimmage, 23, power I formation, receiver to the left. And Boer hands it off up the middle and running room to the 25 or 26-yard line. Carrying that football for the West Shamokin Wolves was Elijah Harkleroad, tackled by sophomore Colin Dunn. Harkleroad, a sophomore, 5'10", 225, 31 rushes, 149 yards, a 4.8 average, and 1 touchdown. As we've mentioned, only the West Shamokin Wolves have not scored more than 2 touchdowns in any single game this year. They have receivers left and right, and Boer hands it off, and a fumble, and it's recovered by Gabe Kobaugh. So there you have it. As far as West Shamokin trying to play consistent, clean football, they turn it over, and the Wildcats take advantage, and they're going to be in excellent field position as Gabe Kobaugh recovers the fumble.
Just a great job. Omer D, as I said, has been playing very well of late, and that's just another example. They're swarmed to the tackle, everything up the middle, trying to use their size, which is a good idea, but you got to hang on to the ball. Nice job by Kobaugh.
11-13 to play. The Wildcats, 1st and 10. And the give to Gabe. And Gabe to about the 25-yard line for 4 yards.
Yeah, they ran into that split I formation. I call it a diamond formation. A little more spread than a natural power I, and they've had great success with it.
J.J. Cessna made that tackle. Sidecar to the right of Arona's Kobaugh, and they fake it to him, and Carson going to keep it and spins for a couple of yards. Looked like that was open to the outside to Gabe Kobaugh, but Carson kept the football, and as a result was stacked up by J.J. Cessna, who makes the second consecutive tackle. He's 4th on the team with 20 tackles. Their defense has been giving up 34.7 points a game, 228 yards rushing, 142 passing, 370 overall. Here's that diamond formation again for the Wildcats as Aron goes under center and the handoff to Kobaugh. He runs into one defender. That was Rocco Buffone, and then forged ahead to the 21-yard line where he's going to be 2 yards shy of a first down. On the tackle, finishing him off was Elijah Harkleroad, their inside linebacker. So it'll be 4th down and 2 to go from just outside the 20.
Nice run there by Kobaugh. Did a little spin move off of that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, he ran into 235-pounder Rocco Buffone. Let's see, Wildcats go double tights. They give to the second man through. Kobaugh has a first down, keeps the legs moving, low to the ground running to the 15-yard line, and a new set of downs, a big 4th down pickup. He was tackled by Charlie King, the safety for the Wolves.
That's an effective play. That's a counter they ran there, and they did that several years ago. They ran counters out of the power I, and they were very successful with it. And Kobaugh is such a good runner. Did well on that one.
Double tights again. Frazier to the left, McAnulty to the right. Shotgun snap, Aron picks his way through a hole. Backs his way inside the 10-yard line. Going to be stopped. They blow it dead at about the 8-yard line, so a good first down win for Homer Center of 7 yards.
Good solid run by Carson, and that's what you expect from him. And he's reading the defense very well.
For West Shamokin, Aiden Palmer making that tackle. It'll be 2nd down, about 4 to go for Homer Center. Same formation, Caden McAnulty, tight end right. Carson Aron hands it off to Gabe Kobaugh, going to be tackled for a loss back maybe outside or right at the 10-yard line, as Cole Wingard was one of the players leading the charge for the West Shamokin Wolves. So the Wildcats have come out very conservative. Double tight ends, diamond formation, diamond power I, however you want to refer to it. Elijah Harkleroad also in on that tackle. So 3rd down for Homer Center from the West Shamokin 10, trying to capitalize on an early turnover.
Short play action may be a play they could use here. Let's see.
Sidecar to the left. Arone's going to keep it. Arone runs into a wall, maybe 2-3 yards down near the 7-yard line. Going to be considerably short of the first down. So let's see if the Wildcats take the 3 with their outstanding kicker, Braden Frazier, or they go for it here.
That's West Shamokin defense playing pretty well early on. Wildcats are not getting huge chunks. Someone's limping off the field over there for the Wildcats. Didn't get the number.
Might have been Cody Bell. Nope, Cody's in the backfield. Big fourth down again for Homer Center. Arone going to hand it off, and it's DeArmond. DeArmond, I think, is going to have enough for a first down just inside the 5-yard line as we look at it out of our temporary outside the press box S&T Bank broadcast boothless. Rocco Vafone made that tackle, but it is first and goal for Homer Center. S&T Bank, people forward banking, and that's what Connor DeArmond did on that carry. I think that was Connor, wasn't it?
I think so.
We look to the far right. Same formation for Homer Center. Brady Frazier in the backfield. They turn and hand it off to DeArmond, and DeArmond 1 yard to the 3-yard line. I think that was Gabe Cobaugh that had limped out that we had spotted earlier. So the Wildcats now second and goal. 6:58, clock running in this scoreless first quarter. Wildcats looking for their first 3-game winning streak since 2021.
Well, you got to give West Shamokin credit, though. They're not giving up chunks of yards. They're fighting for every yard that the Wildcats are getting.
Aiden Painter was in on that last tackle. Carson Arone going to keep it. Slants off the left tackle. Did he get to the goal line? He did for a Homer Center touchdown. So the Wildcats force a turnover that was recovered by Gabe Cobaugh. West Shamokin didn't make it easy. A couple of fourth down conversions, but the Wildcats do jump out in front on a 29-yard drive as Carson Arone scores his 9th touchdown of the season to make it 6-0.
It's well done by that line. They're holding enough block to get the Wildcat running backs. It's enough to get 3 to 5 yards at a clip. Pretty hard to stop.
Holder is Arone. Place kicker Brady Frazier. Snap is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:36 left in the first. Homer Center 7 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Coming back with the Wildcats kickoff after this on the RMC Renda Media Football Network.
Tonight's opening quarter is being presented by Friends of Jim Struzzi. State Representative Jim Struzzi is proud to support our hometown teams in the 62nd District.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive, close to home.
Be a late hit.
It was
unnecessary
a late hit. Yeah,
late hit.
He was on the ground when he recovered it, and the Wildcat defender pounced on him, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, not a good penalty at all.
Not at all. That's the kind of thing they've got to stay away from.
Yeah, he was clearly covering the ball, so there was no need for that whatsoever.
I think he slipped a little on the initial kick and went down and just couldn't gather it up, so he did the smart thing and fell on it.
Drive summary, Luther Ford, 10 plays, 29 yards. They made the Wildcats work for it. It took 4 minutes and 37 seconds. They picked up 2 big fourth down conversions. Power I formation for the Wolves. And the handoff, and J.J. Cessna with the football. The big guy. Going to finally be stopped as he gets over the 35 to about the 36 or 7 for 3 or 4 yards.
He just didn't go down, did he? We said they were big boys and hard runners, and you just saw it there. Got 5 yards out of that.
Cessna, sophomore, 6'2", 245. Only 8 rushes for 31 yards coming in. 20 receptions for the big guy. Told he's an excellent baseball player. Power I formation, receiver, if you're watching at the top of your screen, and Charlie King at the bottom. And a quick toss and running with the football for first down yardage. It is Elijah Harkleroad. Or no, that's actually Christian Wilcox. Brady Frazier with the tackle. And maybe short of the first down. Let's see. No signal yet. I thought he had enough, but he's going to be a yard shy.
Nice cut there. Wilcox got off the edge. And Homer was fortunate to get him out of bounds.
Tight power eye behind senior quarterback Ryan Boer. Long count, and Boer going to keep it. Boer is stacked up, and I don't know that he made it. Although the line judge coming in going to give him a decent spot, I think, and it is a first down for West Shamokin.
Barely. You were right, Mark.
Jackson Taylor on the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats. 5:28, clock temporarily stopped here at Jack Boyer Field as they move the chains. Long-time public address announcer Vic, I know is his first name, in his 60th season. He's 80 years young. What a nice guy.
60 seasons. He must have been doing Shannock Valley games back then.
Shamokin at the 43-yard line against a Wildcat defense that's only allowed 7 points the past 2 games. And the give up the middle, and not a lot going on that time for the West Shamokin Wolves. As with the football was Harkleroad, tackled on the play by inside backer Cody Bell, who's now second on the team with 43 tackles.
Good job by Cody closing that hole up and just stopping any momentum that the runner might have had.
Wildcat defense allowing 189 yards rushing, 56 yards passing, 245 overall. Cole Wingard, receiver to the right boundary in front of the Wildcat bench. And Ryan Boer, under center Dawson Runco, turns in a quick toss, and not a lot of running room for Christian Wilcox, as blowing that play up for the Wildcats was Jackson Taylor. A gain of just a yard to the 46-yard line, so now the Wolves 3rd down and 7. Boer throwing the ball is 24 of 43. Only 1 interception, 327 yards passing, and a couple of touchdowns. Ted Maseko providing the shots. We call him Junior Jerry. Just kidding, Ted. 3rd down and 7. A protector in there for Boer, who takes the shotgun snap, wants to run it, and the Wildcats' Cody Bell wants nothing to do with it. You're going to stop him. 1 yard gain to the 47-yard line, and in all likelihood, Phil Parks is going to have to send in the punt team.
Yeah, they're set up with that flanker, and he is way wide whenever he lines up, which opens up slants. Whether they will go for that or not, I don't know.
Coleman Stockdale, 27 punts already this season, averaging 30.6. The Wildcats deploy a single return man in junior Brian Frazier. Stockdale stands at his own 32-yard line. Long snapper's Hunter Winkert, and the left footer gets it away. It's a little bit of a shank, and it goes out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, where we'll take a break with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Homer Center on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Wildcats start at their own 35. Play action. Arone fires over the middle as Deegan Fedoruk wide open at the 47 into Wolves territory. Makes a little cut and he gets to the 45-yard line for a gain of 20. Nicely thrown ball from Carson Arone as Deegan found a little bit of a seam for the Homer Center Wildcats, and for the junior receiver, that's his 12th reception.
Nice job, and yeah, that was a dart. It was perfectly thrown, wide open. Fedoruk, Homer taking advantage of success running the ball. That opened up a little bit of a passing lane there.
Line of scrimmage, the 45-yard line, and Arone takes the shotgun snap, comes near side, and he's going to be met and dropped by Ryan Boer of the West Shamokin Wolves. So just a 1-yard gain, maybe 2 depending on the spot. They put it down at the 43-yard line, so +2 for Carson Arone. Carson's numbers: 112 yards rushing coming in for 576 yards, a 5.1 average, 8 touchdowns. Passing, entering the game, 50 of 89. He's completed 56%, only 1 interception, 584 yards through the air, and 5 TDs. Gabe Cobaugh is back in the lineup for Homer Center. And it's a play-action pass, and he's going to air it out for Deegan Fedoruk, and it's too far for Fedoruk that time at the 20-yard line, and the Wildcats will be faced with 3rd down and long with 1:49 left in this first quarter. Homer Center capitalizing on an early Shamokin turnover. They lead at 7-0.
Outside linebacker blitz that time, got to Carson, made him throw a little sooner than he wanted to. Didn't really have a lot of accuracy on that one.
And Fedoruk was breaking open. So the Wildcats send Drew Fisher as they go 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. They extend tight end Caden McAnulty off the line of scrimmage, and Arone wants to keep it, and he breaks 1 tackle and leans for yardage to the 39-yard line, but he'll still be 4 yards shy of the first down, and I would suspect the Wildcats would go for it here.
I know Coach Page would.
We wish the coach, we know people tune in and out, and if you just tuned in and did not hear the news, head coach Greg Page ill today, actually missed work and missing the game, and did talk to him on the way out, feeling a little bit better. We wish you the best, Coach. Get you off the sideline, off the DL for the trip to Patton next week. 4th down and 4. Shotgun snap. Arone takes it. Arone going to throw deep. Receiver wide open, and he overshoots Riley Cobaugh. If he puts a little bit of air under it because he was so open, and he just completely misfired, and West Shamokin will take over. We're going to take a quick break. 1:02 remaining in the first. 7-0 Homer Center on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Hi. This is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and like most of you, I find myself ready to watch some Friday night football, and this season is no different. I want to wish all our area athletes, band members, cheerleaders, and all who participate the best of luck for a safe, successful, and fun-filled season. These games wouldn't happen without the support of the community, and as a parent, I know the importance of after-school athletics and programs keeping our youth's mind and body ready to tackle life's hardest lessons. For me and my staff, good luck, and I'll be rooting for each and every one of you.
WCCS and Renda Digital TV. Dom Shimko on the tackle. Who was the ball carrier, Jerry? On the carry for the Wolves was Christian Wilcox, a gain of 6.
Kind of a jet sweep action there. He did a nice job of turning it upfield.
What a missed opportunity for Wildcats quarterback Carson Arone.
Big time.
Just, you can't throw everything on the line. He was so open, just you could have floated it out there. But easy for me to say from up here on our S&T Bank broadcast, boothless.
Well, he knows.
Handoff to give to Elijah Harkleroad. He's stopped by Gabe Ruffner, a yard shy of the first down at the 48-yard line.
He's a big boy, too. He took a couple guys with him there, pick up about 3.
And that's the end of the first quarter here at Jack Boyer Field. Scoreboard reads Homer Center 7 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Coming back with the second quarter after this on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Mill Road in Graceton.
Let's go!
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
With you at Jack Boyer Field, West Shamokin starting the second quarter faced with a 3rd down and 1 from their own 48-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 1 to go for the first.
Boer under center, and the Wildcats jump, and that will be an automatic 1st down. Wildcats have been pretty good in the penalty department most of the year. And by the way, coming up at halftime, I had a chance to interview Patrick Gebhardt, the Associate Executive Director of the PIAA, on Officials Appreciation Week, which is this week, ending tomorrow. We'll talk about that with Pat Gebhardt.
I get a chance here, Alan.
1st and 10, West Shamokin after the penalty.
Squad.
47-yard line, power I formation. And Ryan Boer turns and fumbling the football, and Homer Center has recovered another one. The West Shamokin Wolves, Harkle Road coughed it up, and Carson Arone jumped on it, and the Wildcats have it back.
They've been struggling with their exchanges, and that was another example. That was the one caused by just an incomplete play there as far as the running back is concerned. That ball was stuck in his belly, and it just bounced right out, and Arone scarfed it up. So the Wildcats have an opportunity now to add to their lead.
Give you first quarter stats presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first after this play. Handoff and cradling the football and running and backing his way to midfield for about 7 yards is Gabe Cobaugh. And we have an injured Wolf getting up slowly for West Shamokin. And getting to his feet. I think that's Connor Gervasoni. He's a good football player.
He's a big football player, too.
Gervasoni. 2nd down and 4. We will get to the stats.
Cobaugh is running well. He's learning how to run, too, I can tell.
From the 49-yard line, that triangle formation, and here comes Gabe Cobaugh, and he's flung to the ground by sophomore Wingard, Cole Wingard, making that tackle.
That was a good tackle. That was opening up. Gabe was breaking to the outside, but Wingard was able to close that off and spin him down.
First quarter stats, Homer Center 12 rushes, 35 yards. Arone 1 of 3 through the air, 20 yards. 15 plays for 55 yards. West Shamokin 9 rushes, 27 yards. Nothing through the air. 9 plays, 27 yards total. Time of possession 6:57 for Homer Center, 5:03 for West Shamokin. They committed a first quarter turnover. Now they have one here in the second as well. Handoff, Connor DeArmond has a first down. He stood up as he gets to the 45 of the West Shamokin Wolves. On the tackle was Aiden Palmer, the cornerback who came up and made that play. Coming to you from our S&T Bank, what did you call it, Ted? Platform? No, patio, the patio.
The patio.
Where's the
here.
picnic?
It's
no
cold for
picnic with the equipment we have crammed up here, but we will make the best of it. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line as we approach the 10-minute mark of the first half. It's 7-0 Homer Center. They've capitalized on one Wolves turnover. They're going to try to capitalize on a second. They send Drew Fisher, receiver, to the bottom of your screen. They have a receiver up top, Riley Cobaugh. They send Deegan Fedoric in motion behind the formation toward the Wildcat bench. And coming with some misdirection is Carson Arone. And this West Shamokin defense, which I think has been pretty active here, closed pretty quickly, and they limit Arone to a short gain to the 39-yard line. On the stop was J.J. Cessna.
This is a 4-down territory if you're a Wildcat fan.
5 yards for Arone.
And again, you're right, they close those holes, but the Cats line is opening up gaps enough that they can get 5 yards of the clip.
Wildcats 2x2 formation. At the bottom of your screen, if you're watching, is Riley Coban. It's a play-action pass. Arone pocket collapses. He's going to try to escape, and he can't do it. He's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line. Good pressure. Nobody open downfield, or at least Carson couldn't see anybody, so credit that as a coverage sack, and the sack credited to Rocco Buffone, his third of the season, which leads the West Shamokin Wolves, and now the Wildcats are faced with a third down and almost 8 to go.
Yeah, that was well covered. I was looking downfield watching the patterns, and he really didn't have anywhere to go.
Third down and 7 to go. You see the QR code on your screen. You can scan the QR code, and then it leads to an email. And Carson Arone scrambling, and he's going to be sacked again, and the Wildcats are going to have to punt it away. Coming through was Rocco Buffone one more time. 2 sacks back-to-back for Rocco, the senior. Now with 4, and the Wildcats sputter. And their line not doing a good job at all on that particular possession.
Pass protection not good.
We'll step out after this Brady Frazier punt. Again, if you scan the QR code, it'll lead you to an email. Let us know where you're viewing tonight's game. Charlie King back deep to receive the punt of Brady Frazier, who averages 32.1. And the kick is very high away from King. Going to bounce at the 10-yard line and takes a lateral bounce and is touchdown at the 13-yard line, where the Wolves will take over with 7:44 remaining in the first half. 7-0 Wildcats on the RMC Renda Media Football Network.
Your happy place could be a reading chair in a south-facing window, a porch for your vegetable garden, or a flower garden that gets sunshine all day. And S&T Bank wants to help you get it. With an S&T Home Equity Total Line of Credit, you can afford to make it a reality and also afford all the extras to make it perfect. Whether it's outdoors or indoors, S&T Bank opens doors. Learn more about a Home Equity Total Line of Credit at stbank.com or visit a local branch. S&T Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Becoming a champion isn't defined by a single moment. It's a journey shaped by years of dedication.
And there's a bobble in the backfield, and Wingard is going to be smothered back near the 5-yard line. And Jackson Taylor making the tackle. And again, Ward, not a clean handoff. They're having problems on exchanges.
Yeah, very much so. That might have been on the snap, and it mishandled by the quarterback, which led to the mishandling to the running back. So Wildcats got a break there. Keep them bottled up would be the order of the day. I'll get to give West Shamokin credit. You know, you come in with no wins. You just can't seem to generate much offense, and they're hanging tough.
Second down, and they are behind the chains. Second down and 17, the football at their own 6-yard line. And Boer boots to his left, throws underneath, but misfires, intended for Elijah Harkleroad. And it will be third down for the Wolves. Want to say hello to Brian Vorhus of Indiana. Says, stop running the ball, do short pass plays. They're open. So Coach Vorhus.
You're right.
John Griffith from Homer City. Ward is my hero. Send me an autographed photo. Well,
Bless your heart.
He had a chance last week, Ward, at the Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club. You were signing until 1 in the morning. Sidecars left and right. Third down and 17. Shotgun snap. Boer boots to his right, looking, hit as he throws, and it's too tall for the intended receiver, Cole Wingard. And the Wolves will have to send Coleman Stockdale out to punt the football away.
Wildcats with one deep. I would have 2 back there, Mark. Kicking from the end zone, if you could force him to rush, whichever side of the field it goes, we have a guy ready to return it.
We want to hear from you as well. If you're watching tonight's game, scan the QR code. Stockdale pinned underneath the goal post. in front of the end line, and the snap from center is true. They had a punt block last week, and it's going to come short kick, going to bounce over the 35 and roll dead at the 38-yard line, where the Wildcats will take over, leading 7-0 when we return on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Becoming a champion isn't defined by a single moment. It's a journey shaped by years of dedication on and off the court. Milk stands out as a nutrient-rich powerhouse loaded with protein, calcium, and essential vitamins, making it crucial for muscle recovery and building strength. Fuel your passion with milk, a natural sports drink. Drink milk, stay strong, and play hard. Cheers to the incredible benefits of milk and sports nutrition. A message from the Allied Milk producers.
The 38-yard line, Carson Arone going to keep it 35-30 to the 25-yard line, and a gain of 13 yards for Carson Arone.
He read that beautifully there. That's the play option that he runs so very well, and that opened up beautifully.
Christian Wilcox on the tackle for the West Shamokin Wolves. Rapidly paced first quarter. They're not giving us media timeouts, which doesn't help us. 1st and 10, and a flag. It's going to be false start on Homer Center. You know, the Wolves have committed the 2 turnovers. Ward, it's pretty amazing. Through these games, through the first 7 weeks, Homer Center has just 2 turnovers.
You're really laying it out there, aren't you?
Back them up behind the chains now. 1st and 15 for the Homer Center Wildcats. Want to mention that next weekend, heard from Kevin Anderson, who watches all of our games out in Arizona, informed me that the class of 1975 reunion is next Saturday night, October 18th. They're having an informal gathering next Friday at the Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club Twin Cities Event Hall. Everybody, former alumni, is welcome to attend. Shotgun snap, Arone runs into one man, bounces it near side, 25-20. Going to be dragged down as he gets to about the 18-yard line. Cole Wingard was trying to strip the ball in the process, but he was out of bounds, Arone was. And a gain of about 7 yards to the 18-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Just got 3 yards to get here, so now you can mix in something if you wish. But if they do, I'd prefer to see a little 5-yard out, see if you can break it for a score here.
Single setback as Arone goes under center's Gabe Cobaugh. Gabe gets the handoff through a big opening to the 15 to the 10. Sidesteps a tackler at the 6-yard line. He had left that defender north, and he was heading south toward the end zone for a Homer Center touchdown. 13-0 with 5:50 to play in the first half. Gabe Cobaugh putting on the Ritz from 18 yards out.
I said he's learning how to run, and that was a perfect example of it. He spotted the gap, made a cut. That's what defeated the defender. And how do you like that, man? Defeated the defender and took it in for a score. Another great run by Gabe.
Long snappers Drew Fisher, holder Carson Arone, Brady Frazier trying to convert the extra point. The snap is put down by Arone, and the kick is off of the upright and no good. He just miskicked it, I do believe. Yeah. I don't think it was blocked. But teams come upfield, 5:50 left in the first half. The Wildcats do extend the lead set up by the defense. It's 13-0 Homer Center on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi. And available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Ooh. Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
The 4-drive summary, 3 plays, 38 yards. It took 44 seconds for Homer Center.
Pretty efficient, and that's kind of what you want to see from this team when you get that kind of an advantage, and that was due to the defense.
Brady Frazier, not much of a wind here right now, end-over-end kick. And it's going to be taken at the 8-yard line. It's bobbled by Cole Wingard, picks it up at the 10, and zigging and zagging his way over the 15 to the 18-yard line. So the Wolves have had the dropsies here at times here tonight. We want to tell you that a lot can happen to kids after hours, and if they drop due to illness, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is there for them. If your child or teen needs care and your doctor's office is closed, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is open 7 days a week from 8 till 8. Since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you can get in, get out, get better. Drew Fisher, by the way, on the kick coverage with the tackle. 5:41 to left play here in the first half. West Shamokin at their own 18. Boer under center, gives to the deep back. And that running back for the West Shamokin Wolves, fighting for yardage, it is Christian Wilcox. And on the tackle was Caleb Normand, Gabe Ruffner on the tackle.
Fighting for yardage, he's one of the smaller backs. He wouldn't go down either. But,
picks up 5 yards to the 23-yard line.
Your Wildcats do not want to let up.
Back to that reunion next weekend that Kevin Anderson told me about. Happy hour starts at 4:30 in the event hall. Everyone is welcome. And Kevin says, thank you to Renda Media for keeping Homer City worldwide, thanks to Renda Digital TV. Thank you, Kevin, for the nice comments. And another bad exchange. Balls on the turf. Homer Center has it. 3rd turnover on the West Shamokin Wolves. Who has the football? I'm not sure.
I did not see, Mark. And I'll tell you what, it's really strange this time of the year that West Shamokin's having difficulties. These aren't caused by the Wildcats. These are just fumbles on part of the offense.
Dom Shimko being credited with the fumble recovery.
Boy, this is an opportunity here.
Timeout on the field. 4:50 left in the first half. 13-0. Homer Center leading on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Friday night lights aren't the only place you'll find excitement at Indiana Floral. Every arrangement is a celebration. From Bright School Spirit bouquets to gifts and balloons, Indiana Floral helps you cheer on your team and show someone you care. Parents, when you need flowers for birthdays, dances, or just to make someone smile, Indiana Floral is the hometown shop you can count on. Indiana Floral, fresh, fun, and always in season. Shop local. Stop by today on Warren Road or on IndianaPAFlowers.com.
Jackson Taylor was off the field under his own power. Wildcats tried a jet sweep. It didn't work to Riley Cobaugh. He reversed his footing and came near side after heading toward the Wildcat bench. Looked a little bit like a Chinese fire drill.
Yeah, but he gained no yardage, which was fortunate because he was hemmed in.
2nd down and 10. Gabe Cobaugh as Arone goes under center. Gabe, little jump cut and threw an opening inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. 5 yards, but some nifty running from the sophomore. Ryan Boer on the stop for the West Shamokin Wolves, the outside linebacker who's second on the team with 37 tackles for West Shamokin. When the Wildcats snap the ball, we'll be under 4 minutes to play in this rapidly paced first half as we come to you from our S&T Bank platform outside the press box. S&T Bank people forward banking. The Wildcats are trying to move forward for their 3rd touchdown and capitalize on another miscue from West Shamokin. Arone fakes the toss, keeps it inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line, and it'll be good for a Wildcat first down. Going to be first and goal, I do believe, on the tackle for the West Shamokin Wolves. It was Christian Wilcox.
Good blocking on the edges by the Wildcat ends. They're getting out and opening that up. wasn't all that well executed of a play, but it was all cleaned out.
Homer Center at Cambria Heights, tall order next Friday night. We'll be on the air at 6:15. There's the diamond formation behind Arone, who hands to Gabe Kobaugh. Shot through a cannon and into the end zone. He somersaults his way for a Homer Center touchdown. His second of the night for the sophomore. That's some hard-nosed, quick burst from Gabe Kobaugh, his 8th touchdown of the season, and it's 19-0 Homer Center.
Well, that's how you run that. That was a simple little counter, and he found the gap and just went straight ahead, full speed. It's pretty hard to stop a guy once he gets that kind of momentum going. Nice job by the Cats.
To attempt the extra point. Last PAT, the snap was a bit high. I think that's what threw the timing off. This snap also high, but Frazier hangs in there and pumps it through the uprights. It is good. 3:09 left in the first half. It's now Homer Center 20 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
The second quarter is presented.
Ford is America's top-selling brand, and you can find your Ford at Indiana County's Ford experts, Luther Ford, where you can also find unbeatable lease deals on a huge lineup of SUVs like the popular Escapes or Bronco Sports. Lease a 2025 Escape active all-wheel drive for just $377 a month for 48 months with no money down. Or how about a 25 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 for only $333 a month? See Luther Ford for all of the details. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, or shop 24/7 online at lutherford.com.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
The second quarter is presented by Indiana Floral and Flower Boutique. Let their flowers speak without saying a word.
Brady Frazier's kickoff is going to be taken by Wingard at the 15-yard line. 20, 25, 30. In the loose at the 35, and he's spun down by Gabe Ruffner. The big guy tracked him down for Homer Center. That Wildcat drive, by the way, Luther Ford drive summary, 4 plays, 23 yards. It took 141.
Nice job by Ruffner, and that's something that Coach Page has changed a little this year. He's playing more starters on kick teams, and it's paid off, I think. Yeah, they kind of relax back at. That's the thing you can't afford to do. And he was wide open, just missed.
Ward, the Wildcats touchdown, that was bingo, right? And the 6 points on the scoreboard for the Wildcats. Only touchdowns counted on a bingo card, too, because our friends at Altman Fireman Bingo know the thrill of waiting for the right number and celebrating when you win big. Play every Thursday at the Altman Fire Hall in Altman. Boer keeping the football, and Cody Bell wraps him up right at the line of scrimmage, right in the center of the football field. This is a great stadium, great venue. The press box, they're going to try to get it expanded, Coach Phil Parks told me. But
the following is a special
we're outside in our S&T Bank platform. Our cameraman is spilling his coffee is Ted Maseko. Our statistician in our makeshift booth behind me is Jerry Rossi. Digital producer and digital manager John Smather. Spotter Don Mester. Executive producer back in Indiana. At the studios, Michael Bertig. With Ward Hilliard, I'm Mark Bertig, and Boer boots to his right, throws, and it's caught for a first down. And nope, they're going to say juggled it and dropped it. Cole Wingard didn't hang on to the football, and now the Wolves are likely going to have to punt it away with 2:07 left here in the first half, and the Cats leading 20-0.
You know, something to point out here. Gabe Kobaugh now, the last couple of times he's been around the tackle, helps the guy up. That's a class act. You don't see that much anymore. Well, I'm just impressed like crazy about how much he plays the game the right way.
They're going to punt. Coleman Stockdale, and the snap is bounced back to him, and it's a low end-over-end kick. And it's going to take a favorable big roll for West Shamokin all the way down near the 10-yard line. And Cole Wingard saying, keep going. And it's going to be about a 52-yard punt. And the Wildcats will take over with 1:52 left in the first half. It's 20-0 Homer Center on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Cats after that 52-yard punt, 1st and 10, football at their own 11-yard line. And toss right, Gabe Cobaugh. Gabe, 20-yard line in the loose at the 25-30, up the center of the field. He passes the W and the S on the logo, heads right sideline. Cole Winger trying to catch him from behind, and he drags him down at the 7-yard line. But hold on, there's a flag back upfield, and this one is likely coming back.
What a shame. Great run, almost into the end zone. I'm trying to locate where that flag was thrown.
It's actually hard to see. It's at the 8-yard line, right near the hash marks, the yard markers.
Well, that will come back probably half the distance. Terrible break for the Wildcats.
And Gabe has been close. Talked to him on, a couple of weeks ago in a postgame show, and I said, I feel like you're getting close to that home run play. We almost saw it there, but maybe aided by that hold.
That was an option kind of a play there, and pitched beautifully. I did not see the bad block, though. I would have thought in the run downfield it might have been a block in the back, but nope.
Was it a hold or a block in the back?
I didn't.
Holding, I think. I'm pretty sure he said holding, right,
Yeah.
Don? Yep, it was a hold.
He was, yeah. And
that you're probably not going to detect, Ward, with your aging eyesight. At the 10-yard line.
You got that right.
So it's 1st and 13. And what happened there? It's Connor DeArmond smothered for a loss back to the 4-yard line. So the Wildcats now, with the clock running, 1:20. Leading 20-0, are in a big-time hole behind the chains. On that tackle, Tucker Walker.
Honey, West Shamokin wouldn't consider timeout here. This is great field position. Maybe after this down, but they're letting time run.
Deegan Fedoric and Brady Frazier, receivers to the left, and a timeout going to be called by Homer Center. 59 seconds left in the first half. Wildcats 20, Wolves nothing. Coming back with more from Jack Boyer Field on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Friday night lights aren't the only place you'll find excitement at Indiana Floral. Every arrangement is a celebration. From bright school spirit bouquets to gifts and balloons, Indiana Floral helps you cheer on your team and show someone you care. Parents, when you need flowers for birthdays, dances, or just to make someone smile, Indiana Floral is the hometown shop you can count on. Indiana Floral, fresh, fun, and always in season. Shop local. Stop by today on Warren Road or on IndianaPAFlowers.com.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Mill Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats!
Flower Boutique Wildcats, 2nd down and forever, and the give is to Connor DeArmond, who keeps the legs moving and gets over the 10-yard line up near the 13 or 14-yard line. We are under a minute, and let's see what the Wildcats will do here on 3rd down. And I'm surprised that West Shamokin is not using a timeout on the tackle. It was Connor Gervasoni. 3rd down and long.
That's very unusual there. You left some valuable time go and a great field position.
So the Wildcats 3rd down and 8. Sidecar to the right of Barone is Gabe Cobaugh. Now a timeout going to be called finally by West Shamokin with 20 seconds left in the first half. It's Homer Center 20, West nothing. You're listening and watching on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities event.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Drive through summer and save big at Luther Ford. Right now at Luther Ford, lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Ranger XLT, your choice, just $420 a month. That's right, your choice, just $420 a month with no money down. These Luther Ford leases are incredible, and with no money down, the savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Looking, finally throws underneath the Koba, breaks a tackle at the 25 to the 30, and he's going to be spun down at about the 34-yard line. So a gain of 20 with 6 seconds on the clock, and the Wildcats are going to take a timeout or not. The tackle was made by Christian Wilcox, and we have a West Shamokin Wolf down. We'll keep it here and tell you that at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge and Blairsville's Urgicare, they will fast-track you and get you quick access to their team of medical experts, highly trained and ready to treat all minor.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
For over 90 years, the Graff name has been synonymous with insurance in Armstrong County and the surrounding area. With over 30 insurance brands, the Graff Agency specializes in customizing your insurance to fit your needs. The John F. Graff Insurance Agency offers insurance and related services in personal, business, life, accident, health, government, bonds, and investments. Stop in today and let them give you a quote, or give them a call and let them do your shopping for you. Proud supporter of West Shamokin Athletics.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
Legal procedure. So the Wildcats have committed, 3 penalties, Jer, in the first half? Quick Stats brought to you by First Commonwealth. Make it 5 penalties. I forgot the personal foul penalty as well.
I'm just amazed that West Shamokin didn't use their timeouts down at the goal.
Inside, you have them pinned inside the 10.
Oh, my. They could have had that field position there trying to go in for a score.
6 seconds left. Wildcats deploy Gabe Kobaugh, and now a timeout called by West Shamokin will take one with them. 6 ticks on the first half clock. Wildcats 20, Wolves nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Children's Center throwing a touchdown pass for the kids, helping Renda Media's Teddy Bear Fund Drive. They're donating $1 for every point scored in each game that we broadcast across our radio network every Friday night. And we entered the game with $1,202. And we say thank you to Grand Beginnings Children's Center, teaching children to shine since 1991. We'll add $20 from our game right here, thanks to Homer Center. Marone going to go from under center, and he's going to hand it off. Kobaugh through an opening, comes near side, flag flies, and it's going to come back as the first half ends, and we'll probably just end this first half period. Illegal procedure, 6th penalty on Homer Center. Very uncharacteristic and maybe showing a little bit of a lack of concentration. Penalty is declined, so the first half is over, so it will be a 10 or 11-yard gain for Gabe Kobaugh to the 40-yard line. And that is all there is. There is no more in the first half. Scoreboard reads Homer Center 20 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Coming back with our ITT halftime show when we continue right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Becoming a champion isn't defined by a single moment. It's a journey shaped by years of dedication on and off the court. Milk stands out as a nutrient-rich powerhouse loaded with protein, calcium, and essential vitamins, making it crucial for muscle recovery and building strength. Fuel your passion with milk, a natural sports drink. Drink milk, stay strong, and play hard. Cheers to the incredible benefits of milk and sports nutrition. A message from the Allied Milk producers.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Mill Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats! What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hutton Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong, personal relationships with their clients. Hutton Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an advocate working in your best interests, and that's the Hutton Blues Insurance Indiana County and Trent Insurance Cambria County.
Center High School marching band performing. 20-0, the Wildcats leading the winless West Shamokin Wolves at the break as Homer Center looks for their first 3-game winning streak since 2021 when they won 6 games in a row. The QR code that you may be seeing on your screen, you can scan it and let us know where you're listening or watching today's game. We've received some more folks checking in with us, and Kim Kobaugh has to like what she's seeing Grandma for Gabe and Riley in Port Lucie, Florida, watching tonight's game. She says, enjoying another great game by the Wildcats, number 10 and number 30. Proud of you, love me, Ma and Pappy. And hello to Dan Davis of Graceton watching tonight's game, says go Cats. And also Sean Wasilewski from Evansburg, PA. Hello, Mark and Ward. We don't have the out-of-state viewers that we had last week, but maybe they're taking us for granted tonight. So you can flood the inbox by scanning the QR code. Let us know where you are watching. Let's recap the first half for you. The Wildcats kicked off to West Shamokin. They promptly fumbled on their second play from scrimmage. It was recovered by Homer Center's Gabe Kobaugh at the West Shamokin 29-yard line. The Wildcats drove the 29 yards, but West Shamokin made them work. 10 plays, 29 yards. Homer Center had to pick up a couple of fourth down plays to keep the drive alive. They were faced with a second down and goal at the West Shamokin 3-yard line when they finally got on the board on this play. Aiden Painter was in on that last tackle. Carson Arone going to keep it. Slants off the left tackle. Did he get to the goal line? He did for a Homer Center touchdown. So the Wildcats forced a turnover that was recovered by Gabe Kobaugh. West Shamokin didn't make it easy. A couple of fourth down conversions, but the Wildcats do jump out in front on a 29-yard drive as Carson Arone scores his 9th touchdown of the season to make it 6-0. 7-0 after Brady Frazier's point after kick was good. West Shamokin picked up a first down, but then a shank punt 18 yards. Homer Center started at their 35-yard line. They got a 20-yard pass play to Deegan Fedoruk to the West Shamokin 45, and then Carson Arone, a couple of bad passes that I know he'd like to have back. He missed a wide-open Riley Kobaugh, who was about 15 yards behind the secondary on a fourth down play. So the Wildcats ended up turning the ball over on downs. We moved into the second quarter, and halfway through, after a 32-yard punt, the Cats started over started in West Shamokin territory at the 38-yard line. Carson Arone, a 13-yard run to the 25. Then Carson took off for 7 more to the 18-yard line. From the 18 on a second down and 3, a talented sophomore went to work. Single setback as Arone goes under center's Gabe Kobaugh, and Gabe gets the handoff through a big opening to the 15 to the 10, sidesteps a tackler at the 6-yard line. He had left that defender north, and he was heading south toward the end zone for a Homer Center touchdown. 13-0 with 5:50 to play in the first half. Gabe Kobaugh putting on the Ritz from 18 yards out. The extra point hit the crossbar. Snap was a bit high, perhaps threw the timing off, so at the 5:50 mark it was 13-0. Shamokin's next possession, another fumble, this time recovered by Dom Shimko. The Wildcats starting at the Wolves' 23-yard line. Third turnover of the game, and they capitalized for the second time. They had a first and goal from the West Shamokin 10-yard line, the fourth play of the drive, and the handoff went to number 30 one more time. Behind Arone, who hands to Gabe Kobaugh, shot through a cannon and into the end zone. He somersaults his way for a Homer Center touchdown, his second of the night for the sophomore. That's some hard-nosed, quick burst from Gabe Kobaugh, his 8th touchdown of the season, and it's 19-0 Homer Center. 20-0 after Brady Frazier's extra point, and that's where we are at the half. We will have the stats as we continue on the ITT halftime report, but when we come back, it's Officials Appreciation Week, and we do appreciate the 15,000-plus officials in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that referee a lot of contests in many, many sports. And we have officials working tonight's game, too. I spoke midweek to Patrick Gebhardt, the Associate Executive Director of the PIAA. We'll have that interview for you when we return on the ITT Halftime Show. Homer Center 20, West Shamokin nothing on the RMC Renda Media Football Network.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh, this October we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Ooh. Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh, this October we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Ooh. Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
If you're out for business or vacation, your pet's world is turned upside down. Minimize the stress to them by keeping them in their routine with your personal pet sitter. From visits to dog walking, from bathing, medicine administration to overnight stays, your pet is in good hands. They can even stay the night if you need them to. Bonded, insured, and Red Cross trained. When you can't be there, your personal pet sitter is there for you. See what I did there? Schedule your personal pet sitter today. 724-388-5859.
Drive through summer and save big at Luther Ford. Right now at Luther Ford, lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Ranger XLT, your choice, just $420 a month. That's right, your choice, just $420 a month with no money down. These Luther Ford leases are incredible, and with no money down, the savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Our ITT halftime show continues, and as promised, we have Patrick Gephardt, Associate Executive Director of the PIAA, joining us. And Pat, first of all, thanks for doing this as we celebrate Fall Officials Appreciation Week, but it's the 5th annual PIAA Officials Appreciation Week. She'll do this for the winter sports as well, and then in the spring. So maybe talk about the important role that officials play in refereeing thousands of events across the Commonwealth. They deserve the support that the PIAA is giving them. And can you talk about the impact they make?
Yeah, no question, Mark. It is a good question that I often find people that really aren't aware of the impact that officials make on the education of our student athletes all around the Commonwealth. We often talk about 350,000 students that participate in PIAA athletics across the Commonwealth, and the 15,000 officials that interact with them on a daily basis. But really what it comes down to, and I often talk to championship officials about the impact that they bring to the education of the athletes, because without athletics, without the competition service, be it the football field, the basketball court, the swimming pool, whatever it is, many of those students would never go to school. They go to school because they know they need to be eligible, and they need to be eligible so they can play and participate in those sports. So that's really the value that officials bring to the overall education of these kids that we interact with every night. Many officials get that, some don't, and those that don't really, they do it for love of the game, but as a byproduct, really the students benefit probably much more than the officials ever realize.
I had it in the program book at Homer Center last weekend. We had a little recognition, and people were surprised to know, I think the number's like 14,000 officials
Yeah, in April, we went over 15,000 for the first time in our history. And that's a milestone that we're very proud of here in the office. But I will say it's not just us in the office promoting the registration of officials. It's a combined effort. Athletic administrators have done a great job. Maybe poor acting folks they've addressed earlier in the event to the point that you don't have to, the official doesn't have to take their grief as often or as hard as maybe they would have in the past. In addition to athletic administrators taking action, our board of directors has also taken action to show their support of officials. They've increased penalty for bad acting folks. They've allocated some funding to us for recruiting, and they've really tried to make mention to their schools about how important officials are with the education of the athletes.
By bad acting, just to further explain, many times you hear the sportsmanship announcements made prior to a PIAA contest, bad acting coming, well, sometimes from coaches, but a lot of times from the stands, from the bleachers. And I would assume that probably has a greater impact on those newer officials who are still learning their way, as opposed to maybe a veteran official who maybe has a better ability to shower that off or brush it off and not even hear what's being said from the stands. Am I right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. The younger officials are probably more sensitive to the comments, and there's often a term used in officiating that you shouldn't have rabbit ears. That means you shouldn't hear things from the stands. But when you're a young official and you want to do well, and someone criticizes you, whether it's a coach or a spectator, it can have a negative impact on how long you officiate. All the national studies have shown that once an official stays around for 2 years, maybe 3 years, we're going to have them for the long haul. But those that leave during that period, all the surveys have shown that bad acting coaches and bad acting spectators are the number one reason why folks leave the officiating avocation. So that often goes back to that athletic director taking action before it drives off a younger official. And we appreciate the additional work that athletic directors have done over the last few years.
Visiting with Patrick Gebhardt, Associate Executive Director at the PIAA. Pat, in the couple of minutes we have left, you've been around high school athletics for many, many years. Any personal story or example that stands out to you of an official who maybe went above and beyond in their role?
Yeah, boy, you can remember the faces. I think we all can, of those officials. Maybe don't know them by name, but you knew when you had that game with that official that you felt like they really cared about the game. They would interact with I played basketball at New Oxford High School in Adams County for Jake DeVinny, who was a 50-year coach, I think. And he always told us, I'll do the talking to the officials. But oftentimes the officials wanted to interact with us on the court. And that brought great value to me personally when I wanted to become an official. And I was a high school basketball official for 25 years before taking this position. So there are plenty of those faces. I don't know the names, but they made a great impact on me as an athlete.
For somebody watching or listening to our broadcast this weekend, they're thinking about becoming an official. What should they know? What's the process like to becoming a certified PIAA official, and maybe finally the age requirements for doing so?
Sure. Want to become a PIAA official? If you're 18 years old or older, just go to our website, click on the patch. It'll walk you right through the process to become an official. If you're 16 or 17 and you want to become an official, the board of directors just lowered the age requirement. 16 and 17-year-olds can join what's called the junior officials program. They are only permitted to officiate junior high contests, but we have hundreds of those officials all across the Commonwealth. If you're one of those 16 or 17-year-olds, please call our office. The only reason I ask that is we'll waive the registration fee for any student for the $40 registration fee. So you can either call the office or you can click the patch on our website. Both ways will get you to become an official.
That PIAA website, of course, is PIAA.org, PIAA.org. And, it's good supplemental income, but I know many officials don't do it for that. And, we talked about the number now exceeding 15,000. That sounds like a big number, and it is, but there's still a need. and it's ever evolving, right? Because some officials simply age out from year to year, and you have to recycle.
Sure do. Yep. I think some of our sports are in a greater need because of the officials being older, but there are pocketed areas of the state where we do need certain officials. I know the southwestern portion of the Commonwealth is in dire need of soccer officials. The southeastern portion, they need lacrosse and field hockey officials, and there are other areas of the state that are in need of all different types of officials. So I think that once you decide to become an official, you click the patch or call the office. We'll get a mentor assigned with you. They'll travel with you. They'll teach you the ways of becoming an official. You won't be out there on your own. And hopefully this broadcast will help us with that recruiting effort for officials.
Pat, thanks for doing this as we celebrate Fall Officials Appreciation Week through tomorrow, Saturday, the 11th of October. So good talking to you. We wish you the best. It's almost playoff time.
Sure is. Thank you for your time, Mark. Much appreciated.
Patrick Gebhardt, Associate Executive Director of the PIAA, all the good work they do with the PIAA across the Commonwealth. And we're going to come back with more on our ITT halftime show right here on the Renda Media Football Network.
Luxembourg's Jewelers would like to wish the best of luck to all the Heritage Conference schools and, of course, the Indiana Little Indians this season. Luxembourg's is excited to celebrate the grand reopening of their downtown Indiana location at 621 Philadelphia Street. Along with the Indiana Mall store, Luxembourg's Jewelers is still the winning choice for gifts of any occasion. Show your school pride with gifts ranging from beautiful logoed coffee mugs, keychains, money clips, water bottles, and more. Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art. Trust Marion.
With the score 20-0, Homer Center over the West Shamokin Wolves. Reconnecting with Renda Digital TV. We're back, John. We are back live on Renda Digital TV. Just a quick scan of the stats for West Shamokin. 25 total yards on all rushing attempts. Christian Wilcox, 4 carries, 16 yards. Elijah Harkleroad, 2 or 3 for 9. Nothing really to write home about for West Shamokin. For the Wildcats, 12 carries, 51 yards. For Carson Aronin, a touchdown. Gabe Cobaugh, 10 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Connor DeArmond, 5 touches for 15. 28 rushing attempts for 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. Carson Aronin, 2 of 4 for 40 yards passing. Wildcats with 169 overall. When we come back, we'll give you some additional stats and be ready for the start of the second half. That's the ITT halftime show. It's 20-0 Homer Center leading West Shamokin on the RMC Renda Media Football Network.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art. Trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Following's paid for by friends of Joe Pittman. The third quarter is being presented by State Senator Joe Pittman, who wishes all of the students a championship school year.
Well, as kicking off is Stockdale, the left-footed kicker. Pretty good end-over-end kick. DeArmond backs him up to the 8-yard line near the numbers, to the 20, to the 25, breaks a tackle at the 30, 35, 40. Still fighting for yardage and an excellent return as the ball came loose and West Shamokin has it. Connor DeArmond fumbled the football late, and the Wildcats turn it over right after the Grand Beginnings Children's Center kickoff. Teaching children to shine since 1991, not a shining moment for Homer Center special teams.
Not at all, Mark. It was they come out of the locker room. Naturally, they're a little bit cold. Great run, but because it's cold, he got hit. Just couldn't hold on to the ball. That's, I think, the first turnover for Homer.
Third overall for the season.
And that was a big one. It sets up West Shamokin, pretty good field position.
We don't have access to replays tonight, so some of the information would normally pass along. Here's Boer throwing deep and overshoots everybody. Closest man to it was Brady Frazier of the Homer Center Wildcats. The intended receiver was J.J. Cessna. Some other numbers for you. Wildcats were 3 of 6 on third downs. West Shamokin 2 of 4. Wildcats 2 of 3 on fourth downs. 3 turnovers on West Shamokin. 4 punts for West Shamokin for a 33-yard average. Wildcats committed 5 penalties for 35 yards. No penalties on West Shamokin. Time of possession 15 minutes, 2 seconds for Homer Center. 8:58 for West Shamokin. Second down and 10 at the Wildcat 44. And the give and a pretty good opening for the Homer Center, or for the West Shamokin Wolves. It was Boer, and he gets to about the 38-yard line for a gain of 6. Want to check our out-of-town scoreboard because there's a surprise on that scoreboard. The tackle was made by Cody Bell of the Homer Center Wildcats. Halftime, no surprise here. United Valley 17, Portage nothing. In the second quarter, it was Conemaugh Valley 46-0 over Conemaugh Valley. Halftime, Marion Center 21, Purchase Line 6. Here's the surprise. I'll save it for after this third down play. 3rd and 4. Boer, read option, and he hands it off. And with the football, Christian Wilcox. Wilcox going to be stopped well shy of the first down. So it'll be 4th down and 3. On the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats was Gabe Kobaugh for Homer Center. Halftime score, Conemaugh Township 20, Cambria Heights 14.
Ooh, that is a bit of a surprise. But you did say that was a trouble laying in the weeds for Cambria Heights. Let's see how they rebound. Big play here for Homer's defense.
4th down and 3, power I formation. Boer, hard count. Homer Center jumps again. Well, they didn't blow it dead, and they're going to run the play. Now there's confusion everywhere. They finally dropped the flag, and it's going to be offside on Homer Center. Gives me a chance to give some scores from District 6. Homer Center District 6 rankings were tied entering tonight with Juniata Valley with 630 ranking points. Claysburg-Kimmel was 4th, Moshannon Valley 5th, Northern Cambria 6th, Penns Manor 7th, Purchase Line 8th. Penns Manor, by the way, not on our out-of-town scoreboard because they play Northern Cambria Saturday night due to lack of officials tonight. So the Wildcats commit their 6th penalty. Claysburg-Kimmel leading Mo Valley 9-7. So that's the number 4 and number 5 teams playing each other. Bishop Guilfoyle leading Forest Hills 14-7, and Juniata Valley leading Kerwinsville 13-8. Those scores all will impact Homer Center. Here's Boer just tripped up, or that play is going to go for bigger yardage. He gets to the 30 for a gain of 2. I'm not sure who just got a piece of him.
Yeah, it was in the backfield, but fortunately he did.
Don saying he just basically maybe a turf tackle as nobody really hit him. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Inside of 10 minutes in this third quarter, Homer Center leading 20-0. Third quarter being brought to you by Friends of Joe Pittman.
Big defensive series here.
2nd down and 8. Boer boots to his right. Looking, has a receiver, and it's picked off by Digan Fedoruk of the Homer Center Wildcats, his 2nd interception of the season, and the 4th turnover on West Shamokin. And the Wildcats are going to have it back, leading 20-0. We'll come back right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Following's paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman. The third quarter is being presented by State Senator Joe Pittman, who wishes all of the students a championship school year.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
Hunter Runco of the West Shamokin Wolves, and they're going to blow it dead. He is going to trot off the field, and he is banged up. Phil Parks greets him, and Hunter, a senior, 5'11", 240-pounder, hunched over a little bit on the bench. 2nd down, 3 to go for the Homer Center Wildcats. That triangle power eye look, and the give to Kobaugh, and Kobaugh has stood up after he gets a first down out over the 40 up to the 43-yard line. Wildcats will be at Cambria Heights next Friday night. We'll be on the air at 6:15. On the tackle was Elijah Harkleroad, inside linebacker, 3rd on the team with 32 tackles for the Wolves, but a new set of downs for Homer Center. From the shotgun, double H back to the right for the Wildcats. And Arone going to keep it, trying to run it. He's going to be stood up, hit, and dropped right near the line of scrimmage. Good defense by Connor Gervasoni and others for the Wolves. They've played, decent defense at times, Ward, but the offense keeps giving up the football. 4 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, and they had a couple drops, too, to add to that. So that they've struggled with the handling of the ball. Homer, just keep doing what they're doing. They're running clock. You got a 20-point lead. If you break another one, and I think they will, you could extend that 4 scores, and then it's going to be very tough for Shamokin.
Shotgun snap. Arone wants to keep it, and Arone knifed down beautifully. Again, I think he's better off maybe giving the football to Gabe Kobaugh there on that RPO, because there looked to be wide open running room toward the Homer Center sideline.
Yeah.
Ryan Boer on the tackle again.
And if there isn't, Gabe will find it. He's been running that well that his vision is very good tonight.
3rd down and 7 to go. Make it 8 for Homer Center. Twins at the bottom of your screen if you're watching. Riley Kobaugh and Digan Fedoruk. Twins up top as the Cats go 2-by-2, and a timeout going to be called by West Shamokin with 7:31 left in the third quarter. It's Homer Center 20 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Your happy place could be a reading chair in a south-facing window, a porch for your vegetable garden, or a flower garden that gets sunshine all day. And S&T Bank wants to help you get it. With an S&T Home Equity Total Line of Credit, you can afford to make it a reality and also afford all the extras to make it perfect. Whether it's outdoors or indoors, S&T Bank opens doors. Learn more about a Home Equity Total Line of Credit at stbank.com or visit a local branch. S&T Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Big shout out to West Shamokin Athletics from Bradigans Incorporated.
For over 70 years, Bradigans has proudly served Western Pennsylvania with reliable fuel deliveries and exceptional customer care. They're more than a heating oil provider. They're your neighbors, committed to knowing you and exceeding your expectations. When it comes to staying warm, trust Bradigans and their promise, where service never sleeps. Bradigans Incorporated, warming hearts and homes. Go.
The timeout by West Shamokin. Wildcats 3rd down and 8 at their own 45-yard line. Carson Arone, shotgun snap, throws underneath, has a receiver. It's Caden McAnulty wide open at the 45 to the 40, tackled at the 33-yard line by Charlie King of the West Shamokin Wolves, and a big 3rd down pickup and a well-thrown ball by the junior signal caller, Carson Arone.
Yeah, he had time back there. They were starting to put a little pressure on him, but he found McAnulty, put it right there. That's a big 1st down, too. Keeps your drive going.
Football at the 33 of the Wolves. Handoff to Gabe Cobaugh. Through an opening to the 25 to the 20. And Gabe running very much with authority here tonight. Picks up 13 yards to the 20.
He gets in that secondary, and he is very elusive and really tough to bring down. And that's just doing a great job of running the football. I love watching running backs, especially ones that have learned how to do it.
We'll update Gabe's stats here in a moment. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Arone from the shotgun takes the snap from sophomore Dunn, and he's going to be sacked back there behind the chains. And it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. Rocco Buffone on the tackle for the West Shamokin Wolves.
Again, you got to compliment West Shamokin. They are not quitting. They're making plays even after giving up big plays. They're making it tough.
13 carries, 89 yards, and a couple of touchdowns for Gabe Cobaugh, who's looking for his first 100-yard game in his career. Maybe he gets it on this play, but it's a pass. And Arone looking, pretty good protection, fires, and it's deflected away off the hands of Caden McAnulty. On the coverage for the West Shamokin Wolves was Christian Wilcox, and now the Wildcats faced with a 3rd down and 12 as they're behind the chains with 6:05 left in this 3rd quarter. They lead 20-0. River Valley clobbering Conemaugh Valley. It was 46-0 in the 2nd quarter. Should be getting some updates on our scoreboard here. Twins 2-by-2 formation. They reposition Gabe Cobaugh to the left of Carson Arone. Blitz coming off the edge, throwing for the end zone. Riley Cobaugh can't get to it, breaking near the left pylon. He was open.
Tried to lead him a little too much there. Riley heading for the pylon. That was where that pass was to go.
Wildcats could make it. I'm surprised they're not. Maybe now the field goal team finally coming out onto the field.
Yeah, they are.
You got to kick a field goal here, I would think, and that's what they're going to do. Brady Frazier has 3 field goals this season, a 25-yarder, a 31-yarder, and a 29-yarder. This one will be from 39 yards out. He holds the Indiana County school record last year at Penns Manor, 46-yarder. Snap is put down, and the kick is up, and the kick has the distance, and the kick is good. A 39-yard field goal from Brady Frazier, and the teams come up field with 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter. It's now Homer Center 23 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
For over 90 years, the Graf name has been synonymous with insurance in Armstrong County and the surrounding area. With over 30 insurance brands, the Graf Agency specializes in customizing your insurance to fit your needs. The John F. Graf Insurance Agency offers insurance and related services in personal, business, life, accident, health, government, bonds, and investments. Stop in today and let them give you a quote, or give them a call and let them do your shopping for you. Proud supporter of West Shamokin Athletics.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
.48-yard field goal drive brought to you by Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City. 23-0 our score.
That kick had plenty of distance on it, did it not? He's just a great weapon to have, Brady Frazier.
9 plays, 48 yards, took 3 minutes and 30 seconds, coming off of the 4th turnover of the game. Deegan Fedorik's interception setting it all up. Brady Frazier, end-over-end kick, and it's going to be taken at the 2-yard line. Cole Wingard on the return, and he's going to be met and dropped as a flag flies late. Jackson, is that Jackson Taylor?
54.
And Connor DeArmond and also Hayden Bentz combining. And West Shamokin, we'll see what this penalty is all about. 5:46 left. We should get immediate timeout if the officials understood the halftime instructions. It's going to be on West Shamokin.
Bad to worse, huh? Yeah, Brady Frazier's done a great job kicking, but I'll tell you, his defensive work at the corner has been very good.
2 interceptions last week. Hey, it's always good to be ranked number 1, the gold standard of care at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge and Blairsville's. Again, not gone unnoticed because they were voted the best urgent care and walk-in clinic in the Best of Indiana County contest. No wonder why. At Urgent Care, they will fast-track you and get you quick access to their team of medical experts. Open 7 days a week from 8 till 8. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you can get in, get out, and get better. So West Shamokin, after the penalty, will start at the 8-yard line.
Some
official timeout.
Discussion here. Let's see what's what. We're ready for action. Oh.
I'm not sure what the
Maybe
discussion is about. The referee talking to Phil Parks. Phil took over for John McCullough his second season, and it's been a rough go. But a good man, good football guy. He'll get things turned around, but he's 0 for 17 in his career. They've lost 19 consecutive conference games. Their last conference win 2 years ago against the team wearing black and white tonight, Homer Center, 27-24. The handoff. And with the football for the Wolves was Christian Wilcox. On the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, Cody Bell. Gain of 2 to the 10-yard line. 5:20, clock moving here.
Yeah, Homer's defense here of late is getting much more mature. They're reading plays much better, and they're just doggone tough to run against right now.
2nd down, 8. Sidecars left and right. Boer takes the shotgun snap, little bubble screen to Wilcox, and Wilcox has a first down, tracked down from behind by Gabe Kobaugh, but his 21st reception of the season. And Boer, or who is that's injured? Maybe just a shoe problem for a lineman, actually, for the West Shamokin Wolves. But from the 10-yard line to the 27, a 17-yard pass play.
I just got through praising them, but they missed the tackle there, and that opened that up in the flat. Nice play by West Shamokin. Safe pass turned into a first down.
Wildcats last week, a 47-0 shutout victory over Conemaugh Valley. It was the first time since September 10th of 2021 that they had a shutout. They blasted United by a similar 46-0 score. Handoff and hard-nosed running, breaking more tackles. That was kind of like bumper cars. Instead of wrapping up, Homer Center tried basically just running into him and knocking Elijah Harkleroad down, but making that tackle, Hayden Bentz for the Homer Center Wildcats. So that play going from the 27 to the 39 for 16. That's just sloppy, lazy tackling, really.
You're not going to bump Harkleroad. He's about 220, if I recall, and he's a tough runner, and especially when he gets on the secondary. And showed it right there.
225 to be exact.
Ooh.
WAU, but pretty darn close. Good memory on your part. Read option, and Boo are going to be dragged down, and that's better tackling by Homer Center's Caden McAnulty of the Wildcats. Caden, despite missing a game, fourth on the team with 33 tackles. Wildcats lead 23-0. A gain of just a yard to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Caden's played very well of late, too, and he's been, since he's come back, he's much better and certainly anchors that side of the line.
Second and 9, twin receivers to the right, freshman Charlie King, sophomore Cole Wingard. Sidecars left and right. Boer throws across the middle. He was hit as he was throwing the football. And I think coming off the edge was Riley Cobaugh that hit him. Let me see if I can spot that number. Yeah, I think it was Riley that disrupted and forced that early throw and just didn't get enough on it, quarterback Ryan Boer. Clock stopped, 3:05 left here. Getting a little chilly out here in our S&T Bank. Icebox deck.
It's cold here.
People forward banking, S&T Bank.
Our water froze.
Hopefully they'll move forward with expanded press box here.
Before
you
pass
freeze
it to the
death.
next level somewhere.
J.J. Cessna, receiver at the top of your screen if you're watching. Boer from the shotgun, and he takes the snap from Dawson Runco. Pressure coming, he's going to be sacked. Back inside the 35-yard line. Cody Bell. And who else for the Homer Center Wildcats? Dom Shimko or Caden McAnulty. I can't get the spot.
Yeah.
It was Caden McAnulty.
Tough to read the numbers across the field.
4th down now for the Wolves, and likely will have to punt it away, and here comes Coleman Stockdale and the punt team.
Katzner entered a delayed blitz there, and it just had way too many people to block. Great job by grabbing and tackling again. So
Stockdale, the punter, long snapper. Normally Hunter Wingert, but I think it's Jervis Sony, and his snap is a floater. And its kick is away and picked up on a hop by Frazier at this 33-yard line. Coming near sideline, runs by one defender, has running room to the 40. And what's he doing? He was holding the ball out. Oh, he called for a fair catch, and now a flag, and he ran. So that's going to be another penalty on Homer Center.
Well, that's something that I'm sure Coach Page is squirming at home. They're going to work on this week. Some silly penalties.
About a 34-yard punt. Wildcats are racking up the penalties. They've had more penalties tonight than the past 3 or 4 games combined.
I didn't see him call for a catch, and he fielded it on the bounce, and I don't think that has anything to do with nullifying that.
No, it would not. I don't think so either. 2:05 remaining here in the third quarter. And the Wildcats, as the officials confer, talking things over. I was wondering why he was running near side, and then all of a sudden he stopped and he's holding the ball out.
Yeah, it's like he was handing it off.
Like a loaf of bread, right? Wildcat coaches, again, if you tuned in late, Greg Page not with the team tonight. Coach, if you're watching or listening, we wish you the best. There's a timeout, some confusion on the field as they kind of sort things out. We'll take a break, too, with 2:05 left in the third. 23-0 Homer Center on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
I'm State Senator Joe Pitton, wishing all students who participate in extracurricular activities every success in the classroom and on the field. The teamwork and leadership skills you learn today will serve you and our entire community well in the years ahead. We need future leaders prepared to step forward and make our region a better place to live, work, and raise a family. I'm proud of the work and effort you are putting forth. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy the season.
Paid for by Friends of Joe.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Neal Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats!
Wildcats evidently are going to get the ball as the referee, Bucky, I'm not sure of his last name, explains it to Phil Parks. So they're going to start at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they waved the flag off. So that's interesting.
I want to say hello to Jim McLaughlin. He says we need to toughen it up, Ward. He said it's not that cold out, but no, and Jimmy's probably down in Florida. He's not, but he says he's outside.
We're still here.
Claysburg Kimmel up in their game over Moshannon Valley, 15-7.
That's a good game there, huh?
Bishop Guilfoyle, as we approach Halloween as they masquerade as a Class A team, they are defeating Forest Hills.
Forest Hills pretty good.
21-7. Carson Arone going to give on that little counter reverse to DeArmond, and good defense by West Shamokin. Wildcats, it's not been easy for them. They've left some plays on the field too, but West Shamokin has committed enough mistakes just to open the door enough for Homer Center. Jim McLaughlin, if we had a door, would be inside and have a heater.
Yeah.
On the tackle was Charlie King, the freshman. 2nd down and 9. Deegan Fedoric, receiver to the left, the wide side of the field toward the West Shamokin bench. 2nd down and about 10 to go. I formation, and the give to DeArmond. DeArmond gets a block from Fedoric and a flag. That's going to be a hold on Fedoric, unfortunately. That's going to wipe away a nice run from Connor DeArmond. Out-of-town scoreboard as they'll back this one up. West Shamokin at the half leading Indiana 28-0. I think West Mifflin, I should say, 28-0. I think they only have one win.
Yeah, they're not a very good program either.
So that will be, what, Jerry, penalty number 7 or 8 on Homer Center? 7 penalties on Homer Center tonight. I don't have the numbers, but I've got to believe that's more penalties than they've committed in the last 3 games combined.
I don't recall them having anywhere near this many, and they're silly penalties. But, you know, you get in a game that's comfortably in the lead, and you get a little sloppy for whatever reason, I don't know. But
1:15, they restart the clock.
Shame, a nice run there by DeArmond.
11-yard gain for DeArmond, wiped off. Oh, after the penalty, it's still, yep, I see what Jerry's saying. It's still good for 11 from the mark-off. DeArmond again to the 40-yard line for 5 yards. On the stop, Christian Wilcox for the West Shamokin Wolves. They will play Conemaugh Valley. I am being told, or I was told earlier in the week by head coach Phil Parks as the Cats get ready for a 3rd and 3, that game could be played on Thursday or Saturday. So Thursday, is that they've confirmed that? So, Dawn, there's another opportunity for you to go out to John Jacoby Field and watch bonus football. 3rd down and 3.
Somebody's going to have their first win.
And Arone play-action pass. Arone going to throw out the flat wide open. Cody Bell to midfield to the 45, to the 40, down the right sideline, 30, 20. He's going to take it to the house from 60 yards out. Arone to Cody Bell. He has 2 pick sixes. Now he has one on the offensive side. It's 29-0 Homer Center.
Where did he get that speed? He was flying down that sideline, outran a couple of tacklers. I didn't know he was that fast, but he is.
60-yard pass play to
Yeah, he was
Cody
wide
Bell.
open out in the flat. And again, that's those short passes I'm always preaching. That's what can happen.
Brady Frazier to attempt the extra point. Long snapper is Drew Fisher. Holder is Carson Arone, who just tossed his 6th touchdown pass of the season. The right-footed soccer-style kicker trying to add on point number 30. Snap is good. It's put down, and the kick is up, and the total operation is good. It's 30-0 Homer Center. They'll kick off to West Shamokin when we return on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
I'm State Senator Joe Pitton, wishing all students who participate in extracurricular activities every success in the classroom and on the field. The teamwork and leadership skills you learn today will serve you and our entire community well in the years ahead. We need future leaders prepared to step forward and make our region a better place to live, work, and raise a family. I'm proud of the work and effort you are putting forth. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy the season.
Paid for by Friends of Joe.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Neal Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Neal Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats!
Frazier has it teed up for the Homer Center Wildcats. Short end-over-end kick, and the Wolves allow it to bounce. Picked up by Charlie King at the 20-yard line, and he's going to be smothered as he gets to the 25 with 5 ticks left on the third quarter clock. We want to thank Friends of Joe Pittman for presenting the third quarter. On the kick coverage was Jackson Taylor. We're going to try to talk to Jackson tonight because he's had a good season so far. Luther Ford drive summary, 4 plays, 67 yards. It took 2 minutes and 1 second for Homer Center. We're going to have 1 play to wrap up this third quarter of action from Jack Boyer Field. You know, entering the game, the Wildcats had rushed for well more rushing yardage than they did in all of last year in 10 games. I'll give you that number if I think of it in the fourth quarter. And the give and nothing doing for Elijah Harkleroad of the West Shamokin Wolves, tackled by Cody Bell, who's doing it on both sides of the field. Wildcats add a touchdown and a field goal to the board in the third quarter. It's now 30-0 Homer Center as we head to the fourth on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Becoming a champion isn't defined by a single moment. It's a journey shaped by years of dedication on and off the court. Milk stands out as a nutrient-rich powerhouse loaded with protein, calcium, and essential vitamins, making it crucial for muscle recovery and building strength. Fuel your passion with milk, a natural sports drink. Drink milk, stay strong, and play hard. Cheers to the incredible benefits of milk and sports nutrition. A message from the Allied Milk producers.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
On scoreboard, West Mifflin 28, Indiana nothing. End of 3, United Valley 24. Portage, they're struggling, going to drop to 2-6, 24-0. That's another double-A opponent, co-op situation against a single-A school. The dominance is a concern, or at least should be a concern to Heritage Conference officials. The top 3 teams in the Heritage Conference entering tonight's game, and you heard me say River Valley was leading 46-0 over Conemaugh Valley in the second quarter. The biggest double-A school in the Heritage against a small Class A. We'll get back to it. 2nd down and 10. And the Wildcats toss left. And running with the football for the West Shamokin Wolves, that might be a new ball carrier. And there's that 21 with the football. We'll have to get the chart out here. Painter on the
Painter, okay.
Aiden Painter on the carry. On the tackle, it was Riley Coball. 3rd down and 6 to go. I'll give you that number. Painter in the backfield. Boer remains at quarterback. And he takes the shotgun snap, throws out in the flat to Cole Wingard, and Wingard is smothered right near the line of scrimmage. Gabe Coball over there. And
Fedora?
maybe Drew Fisher it was.
Yeah.
So entering the action tonight, the top 3 teams in the Heritage Class 2A schools. Marion Center, Cambria Heights, and River Valley, they're a combined 13-0 against Class A competition. They've outscored those teams by combined 439 to 148. You factor in United Valley, it's 16-1. The one loss to Homer Center, 599 to 207. And look at some of the scores tonight. It's a concern, or should be. If it's not, they need to wake up and take a look at it. Snap, and the punt is away, and it's going to roll dead at the 35-yard line, where the Wildcats will take over with 10:25 remaining. Ward, what are your thoughts?
Well, I agree, and especially in this conference, there are 12 teams, 6 are A, 6 are
Actually,
double.
that's at 7 and 5, because Conemaugh Township, despite a co-op with Shade, is still single A.
They're still single A. Well, you could still make the case for splitting.
Yeah.
Playing each other once and then picking up some game. Indiana.
Either, no matter what, it has to be changed. You can't. It's just like the 3rd or 4th year it's been like this, and it's dangerous in some respects. I was surprised. I think we all were that Conemaugh Valley. I guess credit them for going to River Valley tonight to take what you knew was going to be an embarrassing pounding.
We did talk about this last week, and my concern was the injury factor. They were depleted, and they're going up against that juggernaut down there.
1st and 10 from the 35, and Eli Turk, the quarterback, hands it off, and oh boy, DeArmond. Connor just tripped up, or he might still be running.
He was making a break to the side, and that would have been a long run. Yeah, it's a real concern, and I don't know if
Boer on the tackle. Sorry, Wart.
They've got to get together and decide a different direction for it, so these games are a little more competitive and a little more fair.
Deegan Fedoric, receiver in front of the Homer Center bench. Wildcats have turned to sophomore Eli Turk at quarterback. He's going to run the read option, gets a block from DeArmond. Good running room to midfield, and a 1st down for Homer Center. On the tackle for Homer Center, getting up slowly again, Ryan Boer. But he's played a hard game on both sides of the ball. He is going to come out of the game right now.
They have a lot of talent that is coming back next year, and if they can just hold it together and use some momentum they got off of that, they could have a good program next year.
They do start 5 seniors on both sides of the ball. 1st and 10 at the 49 of West Shamokin. And Turk hands off to DeArmond. DeArmond 45, 40, 37-yard line. He's going to go down. But another good gain of about 12 yards for Connor DeArmond, who entered the game with 42 rushes, 183 yards. Charlie King, a freshman, made that tackle.
Looks like they're shuffling some personnel, what Shamokin is.
When I came out to interview Phil Parks on Wednesday, my camera operator was Aiden Osterling, who was injured against Purchase Line, out for the season. He's a good basketball player, too. Yeah. He's going to be missing part of basketball season with a broken bone and a pulled ligament or a strained ligament, some other damage, worse than what they thought.
Too bad.
Here's DeArmond, cuts it up and runs into some stiff opposition. Short gain from one side of the 35 to the other. On the tackle for the Wolves, it was Tucker Walker.
We were talking about Kevin Anderson and I'd being in Arizona, where his 2 older brothers were out there also, and Tom and Ed, and those are former IUP players and certainly stars at Homer Center, great athletes.
Conemaugh Township, end of 3 quarters, continues to lead Cambria Heights 26-21. Snap is high. Eli Turk breaks a tackle, but he's going to be smothered and lose yardage.
That's a good effort just to save the ball.
I know the scoreboard says 30-0, but this has been a far from clean game from Homer Center. And you get, Ward, everybody, we talked about, Homer Center, you're going to be 6-2. You have to be impressed because the preseason projections were not good.
We're close to that.
And then you get maybe a little bit greedy if you're a Homer Center fan and you're thinking, this was not an impressive performance. But, again, looking where they have come from, you see what I'm saying. I mean, you think they're capable of much better than the way they've played here tonight. And there's a flag flying and another penalty on Homer Center as Eli Turk keeps the ball and gets inside the 30 to the 29, a couple of yards shy of the first down. But unless West Shamokin lined up offside, let's see what the referee says. It is on Homer Center with 7 minutes remaining. And we have an injury on the field, too, for West Shamokin. Injury timeout with 7 minutes remaining in the game. It's Homer Center 30 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
If you're out for business or vacation, your pet's world is turned upside down. Minimize the stress to them by keeping them in their routine with your personal pet sitter. From visits to dog walking, from bathing, medicine administration to overnight stays, your pet is in good hands. They can even stay the night if you need them to. Bonded, insured, and Red Cross trained. When you can't be there, your personal pet sitter is there for you. See what I did there? Schedule your personal pet sitter today. 724-388-5859.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. This October, we're pulling up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi and available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models.
Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
With you at Jack Boyer Field, injured player off the field. And we are set for action. The Wildcats faced with a 3rd down and 14 from the 41 of West Shamokin. And Eli Turk looking to pass. Throws underneath and not close to anybody. I'm not sure if the receiver went the wrong way. That was Aiden Griffith, I think, the intended receiver, and the Wildcats send out the punt team. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard. End of 3, River Valley 46, Conemaugh Valley 8. End of 3, Marion Center 21, Purchase Line 12. Stingers looking to go 8-0, but the Red Dragons playing them tough. End of 3, as I mentioned, Township 26, Cambria Heights 21. That would be a devastating loss in the District 6 AA standings for Cambria Heights. Snap is good from Fisher, and there's a roughing the punter penalty coming on West Shamokin as they clobbered Brady Frazier. His punt going to roll out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And if you're watching, you probably saw it. I'm not sure if Ted had shifted the camera to follow the ball, but it is a personal foul variety that will give Homer Center an automatic first down. Since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville has been there for you and your family. With convenient access, Urgent is open 7 days a week from 8 to 8. But that's not all. They simply offer you more than neighboring clinics with seamless access to the main hospital campus, IRMC in Indiana. Enough with the waiting game. You can count on IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville, where you can get in, get out, get better. A part of the IRMC family, better health, better life. Word is Willie Stargell used to hit home runs. Bob Prince would say that was a no-doubter.
Yeah.
That was a no-doubter on roughing the punter.
He actually had 2 guys hit him. So if he missed the one, he certainly would have got the second one. Rough night for West Shamokin in that regard. Some turnovers, penalties, and a pretty good Homer Center team coming at them.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line, and Turk hands it off, and running with the football for the Homer Center Wildcats, a new running back, Carter Henry, a sophomore, 5'7", 133, and a little guy, some decent running room down to the 17-yard line for a gain of 8.
Showed some good moves there.
Connor Gervasoni. Give him 9. It'll be 2nd down and a yard for Homer Center as we approach the 6-minute mark. Homer Center leading 30-0. 6:15 airtime next week from Cambria Heights. Back-to-back years for the Wildcats at Cambria Heights. Last year did not go particularly well.
To say the least.
There was a shortened second half. From the shotgun, Eli Turk going to keep it. And following the block of Aiden Harper to the 10-yard line, has a first down inside the 10 to about the 9. Temporarily stopped the clock with 5:44 to play. And the Wildcats will have a first down and goal.
Turk showing some speed there as he was headed down the
Aiden
sidelines.
Painter on the stop for the West Shamokin Wolves. It's going to be their 20th consecutive conference loss.
Well, that's tough. That is really tough to rebound from that.
19th, actually. I take that back. 1st and goal. 10-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Eli Turk. Stutter steps through a little hole. 1 yard to the 9-yard line. Good defense. Again, consistency's been the problem for West Shamokin. Again, Micah Hilliard on that tackle.
No.
Yes.
We're not related.
No relation. This Micah, you can tell me, Ward, he's a junior, 6 feet, 285. I don't think your grandson, Micah, he's not quite that big.
Got that big, no.
If you multiplied them times 3, maybe.
Yeah. They're all pretty small.
4:40 to play in the football game. The Wildcats send twin receivers to the right. Jacoby McNulty into the game, along with Nate Doherty, who had a pick 6 last week. Handoff, running with the football to the 5-yard line and to the pylon, but just held out of the end zone is the running back.
He went into that feet first. If he'd have gone straight in, the ball would have hit it and he'd had a touchdown.
That was Aiden Harper on the carry. So
he had a little speed there.
Clock stopped. 4:20 to play in the football game. Don's hand warmer.
Yeah, he's got that wire wrap. I'm using pockets.
I hope I don't burn the S&T Bank platform down. Sidecar to the left is Harper, and Eli Turk trying to fight for the goal line. They're going to hold him out, and the Wildcats are going to have 4th down and goal, as the clock will churn underneath 4 minutes remaining in the football game. First Commonwealth postgame show right around the corner. We'll have radio replay, stats, interview with Coach Tony Arone. Greg Page under the weather tonight, not with the team. I don't know that he'll be particularly happy with the performance if he was here.
Well, it's a win.
It is a win.
That's one thing.
That's the most important thing.
You know how he gets on game day. He worries and he worries. And
I've never
no
known,
worries now.
I've never known Coach to be a worrier.
Oh, yeah.
That is breaking news, Ward.
I don't believe so.
Turk under center. And a flag, and the Wildcats just committed another penalty. Delay of game on Homer Center.
They called the delay. Yeah, I'm sure a young quarterback not used to being out there doesn't see that clock.
Don Mester saying there was still a second or so on the clock. So maybe. So they back it up to the 6-yard line. Let's see if they allow their young Q to throw the football. Sends a receiver to the left boundary, and Hunter Schamberger. Jacoby McNulty and Doherty to the right boundary. Aiden Harper, the running back. And Turk hands it off to Harper. Harper going to come near sideline again, but he's not going to get there. He's tackled. Good defensive play by the West Shamokin Wolves. Gervasoni and also J.J. Cessna. And the Wolves hold the Wildcats.
There's the little things you can build on.
We have a media timeout on the field with 3:21 remaining in the football game. It's Homer Center 30 and the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Wildcats are going to win their third in a row, first 3-game winning streak since 2021. Going to come back and wrap it up on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
On the field tonight, it's all about power, teamwork, and determination. The same spirit driving Homer City redevelopment. And just like our community is powering up for the future, Homer City Redevelopment wishes all of the players, coaches, and fans a healthy, successful football season. While this game may be in the fourth quarter, for Homer City Redevelopment, they're just getting started. Because for Indiana County, we all feel the best is yet to come. And you can read all about it in the Renda Media Best of Indiana County magazine. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Mill Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats!
Remaining, West Shamokin with the ball pinned deep in their own territory, but credit their defense, showing some pride and holding Homer Center out of the end zone.
There's little things that you take and try to build on those, and that certainly was a good effort.
Homer Center last week had their first shutout since 2021. I'd have to look back into my records to see when's the last time they had back-to-back shutouts.
Been a while.
Handoff and a fumble or not? Yeah, fumble, and let's see who has it.
Yeah, I think the Wildcats got
West Shamokin got it back. Boer.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did. I didn't see him there. Holy moly. When it's bad, it's going, it keeps going bad.
Doherty. And also Aiden Harper involved in that little scrum. Under 3 minutes to go. Second down and 9. Power I formation for the Wolves, who are looking at another shutout here tonight. And Painter trying to get to the corner. He can't do it. He's going to be forced out of bounds, I think, by Tavius Skillings. For West Shamokin, this will be the fourth time. If this ends in a shutout, it'll be the fourth time they've been shut out this season. They've scored just 40 points all season long. Gain of about 4 on that play. It'll be third down and 6.
They really haven't threatened the end zone much at all. I think one time they got down.
Third down and 6. And the handoff, and I think that's big J.J. No, that's not J.J. Cessna with the football. That's Harkleroad, Elijah Harkleroad. He's going to carry for a first down to the 15-yard line for a gain of about 11. Going to approach the 2-minute mark on the tackle for Homer Center, Aiden Harper. Charlie King, receiver to the left boundary near the West Shamokin bench. Same formation. West Shamokin next week going to go to Conemaugh Valley on Thursday night football because of a shortage of officials. Aiden Painter with the football gets over the 15 to the 16-yard line. Nate Doherty on the tackle. Good to hear from Rob Wooster. He says, if you're talking about shutouts, you better reference the 1983 Goose Egg Gang. 20 consecutive quarters.
I wonder if he was a part of that.
Probably not. Second down and 8. We're going to...
83. Holy moly, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? Painter dots the I. And Boer hands it off to Painter, cuts it back, nice move, spins away from a tackle to the 25, to the 30, 35, and forced out of bounds as he gets to about the 42-yard line.
Very nice run. Particularly like the spin move. That got him away from a tackle and gave him another 10 yards.
So they put it at the 42-yard line. Nice looking run by Painter. Wildcats had back-to-back shutouts in the District 6 playoffs in 2017 on the road to Hershey, the only Indiana County team to play for a state championship. They shut out Purchase Line in Ferndale. Ferndale was a mud bowl at Memorial Field.
Oh, boy.
Aiden Painter, he's in the loose 50. Maybe I spoke too soon. Down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 28. And with 40 seconds left, the talk of back-to-back shutouts may be a little premature.
They have, not sure what they got for timeouts left here. They've used a couple, I believe.
They're not on the board, are they? I don't even think they have a slot on the board for timeouts.
I don't see them.
First and 10 at the Wildcat 30 for the Wolves. 20 seconds left in the game. Toss left. Painter coming and has running room again. To the 25, to the 20, to the 15. Tackled at the 10. As the Wildcat JV defense not performing particularly well.
They got whacked pretty good. There were some big blocks there. And
trying to move they stopped the clock to move the chains. There's a penalty on the play, too. Yeah, I think going back through the records here, that's the last time they've had back-to-back shutouts, Homer Center. 2017 Ward. That was a special year, wasn't it? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
They shut out Purchase Line 41-0. And then Ferndale 18-0. Down to 5 seconds.
Aiden Harper was shaken up on that. He got off the field all right.
We'll have both coaches on our post-game show. Tony Arone will sub for Greg Page, who's on the DL tonight. Coach, we hope to have you back next week. And the handoff, and Painter with the football. Painter to the 35, and to the 30, trying to get to the edge. Wildcats trying to get the angle on him, and he goes down as the game ends. And the Wildcats win it 30-0. Stay with us for our first Commonwealth postgame show. Wasn't a thing of beauty, but it's in the win column and some points against a double-A school for Homer Center as they will remain in the top 3 in District 6 single A after a 30-0 victory right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Snap's good. The pass is caught. Touchdown. Just like a winning team, Integrated Power Services knows it takes dedication, teamwork, and vision to succeed. That's why IPS proudly supports our local high schools in both academics and athletics. Because whether it's the classroom, the court, or the end zone, excellence starts with commitment. Here's to a bright future and a winning season from your friends at IPS. Integrated Power Services. Respond, rethink, resolve.
Drive through summer and save big at Luther Ford. Right now at Luther Ford, lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Ranger XLT, your choice, just $420 a month. That's right, your choice, just $420 a month with no money down. These Luther Ford leases are incredible, and with no money down, the savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Won a football game 20 games ago back in 2023 when they defeated the Wildcats 27-24, but not the case here at Boyer Field as Homer Center blanks the West Shamokin Wolves by a final score of 30-0. Back-to-back shutouts for Homer Center as they improved to 6-2. First time they've had back-to-back shutouts since the year they went to the state championship game in 2017 when they shut out Purchase Line and Ferndale in the District 6 playoffs. After a West Shamokin fumble on the second play from scrimmage, first of 4 turnovers for West Shamokin, the Wildcats went to work a 10-play, 29-yard drive. They had to convert 2 fourth-down plays, but they made it work. West Shamokin made them work for it, but they finally got on the board on a 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line of the Wolves on this play. Aiden Painter was in on that last tackle. Carson Arone going to keep it. Slants off the left tackle. Did he get to the goal line? He did for a Homer Center touchdown. So the Wildcats force a turnover that was recovered by Gabe Cobaugh. West Shamokin didn't make it easy, a couple of 4th down conversions, but the Wildcats do jump out in front on a 29-yard drive as Carson Arone scores his 9th touchdown of the season to make it 6-0. Brady Frazier's extra point made it 7-0. That was the score at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Wildcats, after a 32-yard punt, as West Shamokin was pinned deep in their own territory, they started at the Wolves' 38-yard line. They got a 13-yard run from Carson Arone to the 25 and 7 more from Carson to the 18-yard line. They had a 2nd down and 3 from the Wolves' 18-yard line when a talented sophomore scored his first of 2 touchdowns on the night. I lose power here.
I don't know. Heater's working.
It's out of the socket. Great. Continuing on Renda Digital TV, we'll get reconnected with Michael Bertig on the radio side.
We're on now.
I don't have any sound. There it is.
Going to get reconnected with Michael. as soon as we possibly can here.
It's amazing it hasn't happened more as tight as it is up here.
All right, Michael can confirm that we are back. Okay,
We
got a
love
commercial break
sports,
running.
but sometimes they don't love us back.
Michael,
If you
where were we
twisted
when
that
we got
ankle,
cut
wrenched
off?
that knee, or
We
banged up
continue
that
on
shoulder,
Renda Digital TV and talk
IRMC
to Michael
Sports
Bertig at the
Medicine
same
can help.
time.
Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in.
I'll bring you back after this.
Where were we on the recap? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'll bring you back after this.
Where do you want me to pick up?
Maybe just redo that.
You know what?
Going into the next scoring play.
Okay.
Now the First Commonwealth Bank postgame show on WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM and online at WCCSradio.com. Here's Mark Bertig with radio replays from tonight's game.
We apologize. We're going to start over with our recap. 10th all-time meeting between the Homer Center Wildcats and the Wolves, and the Wildcats win 30-0 over West Shamokin. Back-to-back shutouts for Homer Center for the first time since their run to the state championship game in 2017 when they shut out Purchase Line and Ferndale in back-to-back playoff games. Tonight, back-to-back shutouts. Last week, Conemaugh Valley. Tonight, the Wolves 30-0, the final score. And the Wildcats capitalized early in the game on a turnover. Second play of the game for West Shamokin. Cats took over at the 29-yard line. 10 plays, 29 yards. They had a second and goal from the West Shamokin 3 when they got on the board early in the football game. Aiden Painter was in on that last tackle. Carson Arone going to keep it. Slants off the left tackle. Did he get to the goal line? He did for a Homer Center touchdown. So the Wildcats force a turnover that was recovered by Gabe Cobaugh. West Shamokin didn't make it easy. A couple of fourth down conversions, but the Wildcats do jump out in front on a 29-yard drive as Carson Arone scores his 9th touchdown of the season to make it 6-0. Brady Frazier's extra point made it 7-0. That's where we were at the end of the first quarter. We headed to the second. Homer Center, after West Shamokin was pinned deep in their own territory, a short punt. Cats took over at the 38-yard line of the Wolves, got a couple of runs from Carson Arone down to the 18-yard line, had a 2nd down and 3 from the 18 when a talented sophomore went to work for Homer Center. Single setback as Arone goes under center's Gabe Cobaugh, and Gabe gets the handoff through a big opening to the 15 to the 10, sidesteps a tackler at the 6-yard line. He had left that defender north, and he was heading south toward the end zone for a Homer Center touchdown, 13-0 with 5:50 to play in the first half. Gabe Cobaugh putting on the Ritz from 18 yards out. The extra point hit the crossbar, and the score was 13-0 at that point. Third turnover of the game on West Shamokin, a fumble recovered by Dom Shimko. Wildcats started at the West Shamokin 23-yard line, made quick work of the drive, 4 plays, 23 yards. Again, Gabe Cobaugh, this time from the 10-yard line. Behind Arone, who hands to Gabe Cobaugh, shot through a cannon and into the end zone. He somersaults his way for a Homer Center touchdown, his second of the night for the sophomore. That's some hard-nosed, quick burst from Gabe Cobaugh, his 8th touchdown of the season, and it's 19-0 Homer Center. Brady Frazier added the extra point to make it 20-0. Frazier then a 39-yard field goal in the third quarter at the 5:53 mark to make it 23-0. And then the Wildcats capped it off. The scoring on this play, they had a 3rd and 3 from the 33-yard line, or I'm sorry, the 40-yard line of Homer Center. 3rd down and 3. Carson Arone found a receiver who's had a couple of pick sixes on the defensive side. This time he scored a reception for a touchdown. And Arone, play-action pass. Arone going to throw out the flat, wide-open Cody Bell to midfield, to the 45, to the 40, down the right sideline, 30, 20. He's going to take it to the house from 60 yards out. Arone to Cody Bell. He has 2 pick sixes. Now he has one on the offensive side. It's 29-0 Homer Center. It ended up 30-0 after Frazier's extra point. The Wildcats outgained West Shamokin 352-150. Much of West Shamokin's yardage coming on about a 85-yard drive that came up short of the end zone in the waning moments of the game. And Homer Center advances to 6-2. West Shamokin loses their 20th consecutive conference game. They're 0-8 this season. Again, the final score 30-0. Postgame reaction down on the field when we continue on the First Commonwealth Bank postgame show on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hutton Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong, personal relationships with their clients. Hutton Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an advocate working in your best interests, and that's the Hutton Blues Insurance Indiana County and Trent Insurance Cambria County.
Big shout out to West Shamokin Athletics from Bradigans Incorporated. For over 70 years, Bradigans has proudly served Western Pennsylvania with reliable fuel deliveries and exceptional customer care. They're more than a heating oil provider. They're your neighbors, committed to knowing you and exceeding your expectations. When it comes to staying warm, trust Bradigans and their promise, where service never sleeps. Bradigans Incorporated, warming hearts and homes. Go.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Get your instant quote today at wallbackinsurance.com or call us at 724-479-9378. More choices, more savings, more reasons to choose Wallback.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new
coverage, don't you?
Yeah, I just like to run down there and I'd blow them up. I don't. Yeah, it's pretty fun to just tackle people.
You play the game the way it should be played, with a lot of emotion, and probably at times you teeter that line a little bit. Probably Coach Page just talked to you a little bit about that, but we want to wish Coach Page, by the way, a return to good health too, right? He was missed tonight.
Yeah, he was sick, and I know Coach Page, he doesn't want to miss a game like this, and yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that he had to miss.
Talk about the emotion you play with. Back to that point, you play with a little bit of fire in your belly, as they say.
Yeah, I just like to go out there and give it everything I can, because you only play the sport for only 4 years of your life, so you might as well make worse.
Your senior year too. This has to feel so good for you after back-to-back tough seasons, 2-8. Here you are, 6-2. You're definitely returning to the playoffs. Going to try to stay in that top 3 to earn yourself a home playoff game or two. I'm sure that's one of the goals with 2 games remaining.
Yeah, those 2 years ago, we just weren't doing so good, and then we were tired of losing, wanted to give it our all this year.
All right, 54. Good game again. Enjoy watching you play. We'll get you a shirt before you board the bus, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, and we're going to talk from a senior to a sophomore. Second time we've talked tonight. They can't get you over that century mark, huh? 80, I think. Let me check here tonight. 89 yards, 13 carries, got the lead, and then kept you out there a little bit. But, man, you're close. It was a shame that long run was called back on a penalty. But talk about the win, first of all. It maybe wasn't a thing of beauty, a lot of penalties tonight, but you came away with the win, and that's the most important thing, Gabe.
Yeah, big win, moves us to 6-2, keeps us in that playoff race pretty up there. Top 3 seed is really what we're aiming for as this team. You know, we just got to keep working through it. And, like, penalties will happen. You know, we can't be perfect every night. And as always, you know, 89 rushing yards, not really about the stats. It's just about punching in another one in the column, O-line, of course, working on my vision and everything.
Well, that 10-yard run in particular, like you were shot out of a cannon. And I think it's one thing the coaching staff's looking for, that quicker burst on the snap, and it's something that you just seem to be improving on.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm just trying to do what I can do, you know, just give us another boost in the run game. You know, me and Connor, like I said, it's not one back in the backfield, you know. We're kind of a duo with it. Like, we just work together off it.
They made things difficult at times, didn't they? I know they're winless. They've lost 20 straight conference games. But even that first drive after they turned it over, it took 10 plays. You had to convert a couple of fourth-down plays that you were involved with. So they fought hard, to their credit.
It's a well-coached team. You know, they've got a lot of talented players, a lot of big kids, you know. It's not a bad team. It's just like, you know, sometimes they get unlucky with how, you know, the coin flips and how things are.
Well, 2 games left. Big order next week against Cambria Heights. Things did not go well there last year, as you know. So I know you're going to be looking for a better performance in a competitive football game. And they were losing in the fourth quarter. We don't have a final yet, but they were losing to Conemaugh Township. So that's a game that I'm sure you're going to look to be competitive in.
Yeah, like I said, another hugely talented team, the 2A team, you know. We got to take it to them. I didn't play in that game last year, but, you know, I want to get after it. This team works really hard, and we deserve to be where we are.
All right, young man. It's cold out here. Go in with your teammates. Congratulations on another job well done.
All right, thank you.
Gabe Cobaugh, sophomore. Homer Center wins it 30-0. Going to bring Tony Arone over, filling in as head coach tonight in the absence of Greg Page. Wildcats win it 30-0. Tony Arone, defensive coordinator, joining us on our first Commonwealth Bank post-game show. And Coach, first of all, thanks for doing this, and we want to wish Coach Page the best of luck. I'm sure the final score made him feel better.
Yeah, hopefully the final score made him feel better tonight. And he did tell me he didn't know if he was going to watch it or not. He might have watched Junior Valley or someone else, but he said, I don't know if I can watch it. And I said, oh, you'll watch. But I haven't heard from him yet, so I'll have to call him and give him the good news if he doesn't know yet. So,
your thoughts on tonight's victory? I
thought the kids played well in all phases, you know, special teams, offense, defense. Obviously, I heard you talk to Gabe. We've got to clean up the penalties. I'm guessing that's probably the most penalties we've had this season in the game. Cost us a couple long runs, and thankfully it didn't hurt us tonight. But that's something we've got to look at tape and clean up for next week, because definitely we can't be making mistakes like that going into Cambria Heights next week.
Yeah, and they did wipe away that long long run by Gabe Cobaugh. But, yeah, uncharacteristic. I think maybe more penalties tonight than the last 3 games combined.
Yeah, a lot of it was on the edge. We were trying to get outside. And our receivers, they know, they're taught, and they get their hands inside the frame, and they just got to keep their feet moving. And I think we got our feet stopped, and, you know, credit to them. They're players for, you know, making us look bad that way.
Gabe Cobaugh, as I mentioned, the 2 touchdowns as we were speaking with him, 89 yards on 13 carries. What I liked about Gabe, particularly on that 10-yard run, just seems like he hit the hole quick. And I know that's something you've been trying to coach him up as a staff to get that initial burst.
Yeah, Gabe's still a young kid. He's only a sophomore. He started out the season, I think, slow. I think more and more he's gaining more confidence, which is just going to be good for us as a ball club for this season and in the future for him.
They made things difficult at times, to their credit, didn't they?
They did. They got some size. They get off the football, and they were hard to move. You know, we teach our offensive line. We want to displace the defense lineman. We want to be moving people, and they made it tough at times.
Tony, you're the defensive coordinator. Must make you feel good. Back-to-back shutouts by my records. First time that's happened since the 2017 District 6 playoffs, when you shut out Purchase Line and Ferndale in back-to-back games at Memorial Field. So talk about the double goose eggs.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a shutout. I always preach to the kids. That's like start of the game, halftime, when you got a 0 on the board. It's always a good feeling as a defensive guy to go home with that shutout in your back pocket.
Next week, difficult challenge at Cambria Heights. Everybody remembers last year was pretty ugly. I'm sure you're looking out to first of all, make that a competitive 4-quarter football game. And, boy, it would be huge in the District 6 standings if you can steal a win.
Oh, yeah. I think we can go out there on the road, steal a win off of them in their place. It'll be not only in the District 6 standings, but for our kids' mental state, and just to make a statement to the rest of the district that, hey, like, Homer Center's for real, and we're coming to win the football games.
Well, win or lose, I think you're for real at 6-2. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Head coach Tony Arone of the Homer Center Wildcats. We're going to come back. We'll visit with Phil Parks of the West Shamokin Wolves when our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show continues here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Spectacular savings on here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona.
The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club and Twin Cities Event Hall on Mill Road in Graceton continue to rise to new heights. Membership is soaring, and now's the time to join the best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County. Exciting renovations are underway, including a brand new outdoor stage and handicapped accessible parking at the hall. Enjoy a friendly atmosphere at the club, great food. Don't miss delicious pizzas every Thursday and Friday. The Graceton-Coral Sportsman's Club on Mill Road in Graceton.
Let's go Wildcats!
IRMC's Mountains Behavioral Health offers comprehensive mental health treatment with separate wings for adolescents, adults, and seniors. From anxiety to depression to schizophrenia and many other conditions, including dementia, Mountains Behavioral Health tailors its services to the medical, emotional, and social needs of its patients. Mountains Behavioral Health, exceptional personalized mental health treatment to help you feel better and thrive. Close to home on the IRMC main campus.
Back with you at Jack Boyer Field. Homer Center Wildcats shut out the West Shamokin Wolves by a final score of 30-0, visiting with Wolves head coach Phil Parks. And, Coach, thank you for doing this. A tough night here for your guys again. And we spoke on Wednesday for the pregame, and we talked about the turnovers and the inconsistency, and what you know, it started on the game's second play.
Yeah, we were technically ahead again, and we talk about it in practice. We coach it up, and the inconsistency, and then to come out here and early on there, that turnover really just took the wind out of our sails. We were able to bounce back defensively, but overall 4 turnovers, you can't expect to beat anybody, let alone a team that's playing as well as Homer is right now.
To your defense's credit, they didn't hang their head. They really made Homer Center work for it. The Homer Center had to convert 2 fourth downs on that 29-yard touchdown drive after the turnover, but it took them 10 plays. You have to be happy with the effort there.
Oh, absolutely. We talk about battle and resolve and responding to adversity, daily at practice, and it's going to happen. How are we going to respond to it? And I like the resolve they showed there, and they bounced back, and they made them work for it. Credit to them, they made the plays. But yeah, we made them earn it there, and the kids played hard for all 4 quarters too. So I was happy to see that as well. The effort was there.
A couple of the mistakes, they weren't even really forced mistakes. There were some bad exchanges, that type of thing, and I'm sure that's disappointing when you're in week 8 of the season.
Yeah, that's the type of thing that gives an offensive coordinator and a head coach like myself gray hair early, and that's stuff, those unforced errors to turn the ball over on stuff that we literally practice every day for the last 8 weeks is that's what's troubling, but it's on me. And I got to make sure we practice it even more and make sure we clean it up, and there's more consistency there, but I own that.
Late in the game, I know they had some reserves out there, but they're knocking on the door of another touchdown. And I was impressed with your defense, the way they held them out at the end. And then, you went on a nice drive. Time kind of ran out on you there at the end of the game. But again, no quit.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and we were able to sprinkle some of our younger guys in there, especially defensively, and they make a cool line stand there, and again, good for those guys to get some work. But there was no quit, there was no tapping out. There was we talked about a warrior mentality, and our kids showed that. And then we got a nice little drive going there. We got a freshman running back in there to get him some carries, and he ran the ball hard there towards the end as well. So that's promising to build off of going into next week.
Next week will come fast, right? A Thursday night game, from what I'm told. You'll go to Conemaugh Valley. Again, a situation with official shortage. So talk about that decision and what went into it, because I know you were debating both schools either Thursday or Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was a fluid situation up until last night. I think their school board voted on it, and we're understanding of the fact if you don't have officials, we can't play on Fridays, and I think it's just unfortunately going to be more of a common thing moving forward. But they ultimately decided to play Thursday, so we told the kids, hey, quick week, got to be there Monday to make sure we're getting ready. So we're ready to roll Thursday night football. So we're trying to build it up and make sure we're ready to go.
Phil, I appreciate you doing this. As I said on Wednesday when we did the pregame, you've been around winning football here at West Shamokin. I know this is tough for you and tough on everybody in the West Shamokin School District community, but hang in there. I know you'll get this thing turned around.
I appreciate it, and I know it's tough on our kids, but I credit their effort, their attitude. They're not letting it seep into practice, seep on Friday nights. They show up. They're positive kids. They're working hard. They're taking the coaching, and I love them for it. And again, we're going to work through this together, and that's how we're going to battle out of this.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Phil Parks, head coach of the West Shamokin Wolves. His team loses 30-0 at the hands of the Homer Center Wildcats. We're going to come back for a final time, check the stats, out-of-town scoreboard, and more when the First Commonwealth Bank postgame show continues for a final time right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
It's Dowd's 75th anniversary, and to show our appreciation, we're offering special anniversary savings to our friends and customers. Right now at Dowd's, get 75th anniversary savings up to 40% on custom orders, and even bigger savings on floor samples. Whether you're looking for new furnishings for one room or for your entire home, our 75th anniversary pricing can save you thousands.
Hurry in for huge savings at Dowd's of Plumville and Dowd's of Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Spectacular savings are here at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Ooh. This October, we're brewing up scary good deals that will make your wallet with joy. Save up to 10 grand on your new Mitsubishi. And available 0% APR for up to 60 months on all Mitsubishi models. Ooh.
Don't ghost these savings. Get in today to the Mitsubishi Giant before these deals disappear.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Friday night lights aren't the only place you'll find excitement at Indiana Floral. Every arrangement is a celebration. From Bright School Spirit bouquets to gifts and balloons, Indiana Floral helps you cheer on your team and show someone you care. Parents, when you need flowers for birthdays, dances, or just to make someone smile, Indiana Floral is the hometown shop you can count on. Indiana Floral, fresh, fun, and always in season. Shop local. Stop by today on Warren Road or on IndianaPAFlowers.com.
Mark Bertig.
And we welcome you back for a final time to Jack Boyer Field after the Homer Center Wildcats win their 3rd game in a row, first 3-game winning streak since 2021, 30-0 over West Shamokin. They dropped their 20th consecutive conference game, the Wolves do. Let's check the stats in this football game. First for West Shamokin, they finished with 133 yards rushing, 84 yards for Cole Wingard, who had that long run toward the end of the game. Painter with 84 yards rushing on 6 carries. He had that long run, and really just a 4 or 5 ball carriers with not a lot of rushing yardage. So we'll give it to you that way. 27 carries, 133 yards. Passing, they were 2 of 9, Boer was. 1 interception, 17 yards passing. They finished with a ROM number of 150 yards of total offense. For the Homer Center Wildcats, Gabe Coball Ward, they just can't get him to that century mark.
No, he's getting close. He had that beautiful run, but the penalty brought it back, and then just couldn't get to the top yet.
13 carries, 89 yards. Carson Arone, 15 carries, 51 yards. Connor DeArmond, 11 carries, 54 yards. 48 rushes, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, very impressed. Connor DeArmond's coming, too. He's getting better and better.
Passing, Arone was 4 of 9. 1 touchdown pass. It was a 60-yarder that went to Cody Bell. And 122 yards passing, 352 yards of total offense. As I said, with all the penalties, wasn't necessarily a thing of beauty. 9 penalties on Homer Center, but a win is a win.
Yeah, good teams win ugly, and that's what this was.
Here we go, Ward, with the finals that I have and your instant reaction to what I have. United Valley 31, Portage nothing.
No major surprise there.
River Valley 46, Conemaugh Valley 14. That was 46-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, they pulled in the dogs there.
Conemaugh Township was leading Cambria Heights 26-21, I believe it was, in the fourth quarter. Final score, Cambria Heights 34, Conemaugh Township 26. That's what 2-time defending champs do. They find a way, right?
Good teams know how to win.
And Marion Center 28-12. Purchase Line played the undefeated 8-0 Stingers pretty tough.
Yes, they did. We expected that.
And in the Whitfield, West Mifflin 42. Indiana 6.
Didn't expect that.
One more Heritage game tomorrow night because of the official shortage. It'll be Penns Manor hosting Northern Cambria. That's a rival game.
Yes, it is. Be interesting.
All right, that's going to do it. And we want to thank our statistician, Jerry Rossi. Stats, as always, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, as is this postgame show, Time to Be First. Our executive producer of Wildcat Sports back in Indiana, Michael Bertig. Our digital manager and digital producer of Wildcat Sports, John Smathers, behind me. Our cameraman, Ted Maseko. At least I didn't call him Jerry tonight. Our spotter, Don Mester, statistician, Jerry Rossi. We are cold. We are going to say goodnight from Jack Boyer Field. The Wildcats win it. They're 6-2 on to Cambria Heights. Next week we'll be on the air at 6:15 from Patton, Pennsylvania. The Wildcats 30, the West Shamokin Wolves nothing. Until we talk to you next weekend, good night, everybody.
You've been listening to an Indiana